Hello, 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 and welcome to the latest and greatest, I'm going to say it every time, episode of the Dragons of Stormwreck Isle. I am joined by a wonderful cast. My name is Jake. Sometimes I forget to say my name. I'm joined by a wonderful cast. We've got Michael, Josh, Ricky, and Nooch. You see their @ tags under them, and there's going to be a whole bunch of wonderful information in the description that they themselves have curated, and hopefully I remembered to put there that you should check out. So we're kind of excited because we left off on a really cool spot, and I feel like, does anybody have anything they want to specifically shout out? Otherwise, I kind of want to just do the thing.
That's all I have to say. Let's do this.
Hop right in.
Yeah, okay.
Game time.
Game time. Josh? Just here so you don't
Check
get
out-
fined? Is that it?
Yeah,
No?
I'm mostly just here so I don't get fined, but you should check out a series that we started where we what did we call it? What went wrong?
Yeah, baby.
Basically, we dig into a combat from like a live streamed game. Talk about, round by round what happened, mistakes that were made, some choices that could have made the combat go better. It's a fun series and it's gonna get better based on feedback. So, watch it, and even if you don't watch it, if there's something you want us to do, let us know, and then we'll watch that video and do that one.
And
Hopefully-
tonight doesn't end up on.
I was going to say, hopefully this tonight does not end up. Michael, you and I are on the same page, my friend. Oh,
Don't worry,
man.
We're
As soon as Josh said what went wrong, I'm like, oh gosh, that's
Oh,
not.
you're
that's
jinxing
not-
it. You're jinxing
That's
it.
the right thing to say.
Don't worry, we're just here to help you guys create some more content.
Yes,
hopefully,
yes.
hopefully it does, because usually that means that, especially if it goes catastrophically wrong,
It'll be memorable,
that's,
right?
that's fun. Yeah,
It'll get the
I've never had a
views.
TPK.
First time for everything.
let's
On that
do it.
note,
This man is just
No.
saying all the right things for tonight.
Gotta get all the mojo in the right place. Well, on that note, where we last left off, we had, oh man, we got Fontaine Fire Orb. There's an artificer conveniently located underneath my visage. Then we've also got Zugarf the Barbarian, Domingo the Rogue, and Hulbrecht the Cleric came to Stormwreck Isle for each of them with their own reason. They went on a slew of adventures, 2 or 3 really. I'll call that a slew, and did some tasks around town, if you will. I think maybe had a few moments of self-discovery, and also perhaps personal growth, and realized that Runara, the leader of this monastery that Dragon's Rest that the group had been to, was actually a bronze dragon in disguise. Realizing what was going on, they have been sent now to the Clifftop Observatory, a place of interest for Fontaine specifically, at least on a personal level. But there is a bronze dragon wormling that is important to Runara that went to this observatory and is hasn't come back. Been a few days. They do weeks differently here in the Forgotten Realms. Perhaps it's been a week or a 10-day. Exactly the details there, who knows? Maybe I'll make them up as I go. But on the way there, as they arrived, they saw the blue dragon that Runara had warned them about fly overhead, do a little circle around, and then land in the tallest tower of this observatory. And I forget who it was. I know it was some combination of Fontaine and Zugarf, put the moonstone key that Runara gave them to have access to the observatory in one of the statues that was right at the edge of the cliff, and formed this bridge of energy to go to the mainland of the observatory. So fellas, we've got this energy bridge that is newly formed in front of you. You've seen the dragon go to this observatory, just because in our timeline it's been a little bit. The three, I don't know if you can see or not. If you can see my mouse, the three, the main land here in the middle, and the two ones up front in front of it are more or less 30-ish feet above the ground, which is kind of like on par where you are. But the one in the back is taller, good 10, 15 feet higher than that.
Do we need a special sword to walk across this bridge?
We think this is Crota's End here.
Can I avoid walking across the bridge by jumping and sword?
No, you'll have the bane of the
it's okay. I
swordless.
put my solar warlock class on, so I got res.
There you go. As you got your super, you're good.
Yeah. Okay, a sword bear.
Has anyone touched this energy bridge yet?
I don't think we did.
No, not yet.
Oh,
What does it look like? Is it like translucent?
There is a certain translucence to it. I would say if you were like playing with its opacity, it's probably like more than 50%. Like you
Gotcha.
can see through it, but it's like foggy, you know.
Right.
I'll go up and kind of lay my hand on it to see if there's any like resistance or if it just kind of passes through.
No, it feels like something physical is there. Maybe a little surprisingly cool.
Well,
Yeah, I mean,
shall we?
but shall.
Forward, I
Fontaine
guess.
is just kind of like looking, just waiting for one of them to start going.
I'll start going.
Zugarf. Yeah, Zugarf will be right behind.
Yeah, Zugarf. Well, it's 2x2. Zugarf and Hulbrecht
He
leading
will
the
be
way.
right aside.
Yep,
Sounds good.
shoulder to shoulder.
All right. How do we feel about that marching order I put there? That feel
Looks
good?
I'm good with that.
All right.
Get the big boys up front.
That's right. All right. So you're moving forward. Now, one other thing of note is you did see the dragon seem to go through the, I don't know, seem to go through the roof. You're not sure.
I do love how you paused in the middle of the bridge and you're like, one thing of note.
Just want to let you know in case this causes you some anxiety. Like,
Let's answer
just
these
a little.
questions 3.
Just a bit. Okay.
What's your carrying capacity?
How much does
no.
everyone weigh? Exactly.
Is anyone wearing metal?
Actually, I think the answer would be no. At least in terms of armor.
Nope.
I'm wearing studded leather armor, so
It's
There
not
you
metal.
go.
the stud's not metal.
The studs.
Hard
guys are-
plastic.
Yeah,
Like you're all studs as far as I'm concerned.
all polymer studs.
Yeah.
All right. So as you move into this area, I would say I will read the box text. It says, broken stone lines this plaza. Fragments of elegant statues, once magnificent pillars, and shining marble walls at the center. At the center, a tall sculpture of rusted planets and gilded stars spins idly in a jerky mimicry of celestial motion. A gargled screech suddenly rises from across the plaza. A half a dozen bat-like creatures are swarming around 2 winged kobolds with blue paint smeared across their long snouts. The kobolds are fighting fiercely, but they seem close to being overwhelmed. And while you think about that, I'm going to set the scene a little bit here.
Bat-like creatures, you said?
Bat-like creatures, yeah.
And these aren't statues. They are physically there.
They're physically there, yes.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah, I was thinking it was part of the planet statue in the middle. I just can't. Well, I'll turn to Kubrick and just say, a bit strange for some of our kobold friends to be here this far away. Should we intervene? And also walk forward so we're not standing on this bridge anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, I will follow along, like basically like keeping my shoulder like in line with Zugarf's, and I'll just kind of whisper back. Unless they're not our kobold friends. They bear a strange mark that we have not seen on our kobold friends, and why would Runara withhold information of some of her own cloister coming here?
She would never withhold information.
Yeah.
I'll leave that to Domingo to say.
She's the most upfront. What? No, I'm just kidding.
It would be strange.
I mean, yeah, it's not like all kobold would be the same, even though they live here. These could be the, black sheep of the flock, so to speak.
Or drawn to power. Could be any number of different things. We could step in and then keep one of them to question, or both to question. Or we can just let the bats have their way with them and take it from there.
I think at this point, I am going to... No, finish. You guys finish.
Step in, keep one alive.
We keep talking, we won't have to roll a stealth check.
Maybe.
I don't like bats.
These bats seem to be seeking, like, sucking blood from these dudes.
What?
Fair question.
That does look like they have this like elongated stinger up front.
Proboscis.
So Josh knows what these things are.
They almost look like a mix of a bat and a mosquito. Is that accurate?
Sure is.
Bats of the vampiric variety. Yeah, I don't mind bats, especially out on the sea. They get rid of all the bugs for us.
I'm going to say that it looks like they're definitely starting to overwhelm them at this point. If you want to intervene, you kind of have to decide now. If not, totally fine too.
Yeah, I'll unless you look like you're about to say something, Ricky.
No, I mean, if you guys want to save one, go for it. They did come here of their own volitions.
Let's get some answers, and I'll go run into battle.
There we go. On that note, let's roll initiative.
I didn't pre-roll any of my dice.
Oh, how do you know which will be the good ones?
Yeah, it's okay. I got all the 20s out of mine already.
Well, I mean, I did just get a nat 20, so
Hey, there you go.
for an initiative of 24.
18
I
for
got-
me.
18
I got
Domingo,
7.
7 for Zuger.
You're true to form, I got a 6. I'm like, let's do it, and I always go last.
I love how much, this happens almost every time, and then Fontaine switches with one of us, inevitably.
Yeah.
Every single time he's been able to put someone up at the top, I feel like, or at or close. So
It's mostly
Unless you're obligated to do that, it's just funny.
In case
that
you're
it works
wondering,
that way.
alert's super great.
Yeah.
I'm gonna switch with Hulbrick.
Okay.
For the memes, I wanted to switch with Zugarf just so I could fire my weapon next to next to Hulbrick, but I feel like him having the highest right now would be the best.
he did seem to
Fair enough.
get going.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Kind of stumbles as he starts to get off, and I kind of shove him in the right direction.
No,
so
you got this, buddy.
corrects him.
Can we get my feet back under me again? Away we go.
All right. So, Gilbrick, you are leading off because dang, you now have an initiative of 24.
Hot damn.
Yes, sir.
Better than I could ever hope to roll. Well, only one thing to do, and that's to do it. So I will run up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the square that's just north of the one closest to the little, just one diagonal up from there.
To here?
To the northeast. Perfect.
Okay.
So I'm kind of in combat with 2, and then I'm going to hit the one that is currently flanking an enemy.
Okay.
It.
Go
So
for
does
it.
that give me advantage?
It sure does.
Hot damn.
Very
What was
least, these two are enemies, and if you're taking that side,
the enemy
Yeah.
of my enemy.
exactly.
So that's going to be a lot to hit. 19 plus several, plus 6, so 25 to hit.
Yep.
This is just me swinging with my mace. So that's 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
Yeah, it looked like this thing was had just perched itself, like the kobold looked like it was turned to its left a little bit to try and get this other thing off, and it was perched on its shoulder, about to dig itself in, and you just take your best batter up and just splat the thing across the face, and it just scatters its guts scattered across the wall over there. It's as gross as it is impressive.
Perfect. Upon that, I'll just kind of raise my shield and get ready for the next.
Okay. So that's Heelbrick's turn. Domingo.
Okay, so there's a lot, right? There's 6, 7.
There are 7 remaining, or there should be
6 remaining.
6 remaining.
That is
According-
a there's supposed to be one more.
Okay, let's take it. According to the pictures.
Gotcha.
So there you go.
I'm gonna zip ahead to the one closest to us on the right hand side of the.
Towards the bottom, like
Statue.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yep. And I'll take a slash at it with the short sword.
Yeah.
It's a 19 plus something to hit. Is that it?
Yeah. yeah.
That's gonna be 6. And I say 8 plus 4, 12 damage.
So this thing looks like it was about to just swoop down, and it looked like it was turning, and as soon as it turns, you just stab it straight through, it's literally on your short sword right now.
Yeah. To wipe it off on my boot.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. And I'm gonna run forward to.
Because you can do your dash, right? Or I forget if you have.
I can bonus action dash.
Yeah.
Which I'll do. I'll run to the one closest to me. I guess the one that's kind of diagonal to, right there. Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'll hit that one with a dagger.
Go for it.
18 to hit.
18 will do it.
And
Here comes the dagger.
3 damage.
3 damage.
That's it. Offhand. So yeah.
That's fine. It's still enough.
My camera goes out of focus. And that's
Oops.
that's my turn. Actually, I'll step
You went
back.
up to that one, but I killed the wrong one. But you're good. You're taking a
That's-
step back.
I'll take a step back.
Okay.
Just the one.
Got it.
Yeah, I'm happy with that turn.
Yeah, you took 2 of them down. As you should be. Okay. Now, Sturges. We don't need no stinking Sturges. Go. This one that was harassing the kobold that Heelbrick had just saved is going to attack that kobold, actually. Okay. Critical hit. Okay.
Get him out now.
Woo. Okay. Yeah. Actually, The kobold turned, looks, and kind of smiles as he sees help. Just in time for this stinger to go right through the thing's ear. And it's like full on, like sucking this thing's brain, and the kobold goes down. The kobold goes down, so I'm gonna just state. We say, let's go with prone. Why not? Prone sounds good. So this thing is on top of it, just munching away. This one is going to go after Heelbreck. Yeah, it's an 18. I think that hits.
Lo siento, I'm muted. Yes, that does hit.
3 plus 3 is so 6 piercing damage.
Okay.
And this thing, like, kind of, it just found like a loose spot in your armor to just stick its stinger in and doing its thing. This one is going to go after that kobold. Another crit. Oh my god.
Hey, thanks for not doing it to me.
Take no prisoners.
Wow, for the same damage. Okay, this thing just perches and goes right through the neck. Holy smokes.
That's apparently the worst thing we could have done to help these guys is to get involved.
Wow. This one is just gonna fly after Domingo. Good lord, Sturges are annoying. 16 plus, that's probably good. Yeah, 21 to hit.
Yeah, just barely.
Okay, minimum damage, that's 4 piercing, but it does attach to you.
It makes some kind of save.
Nope.
Maybe next turn.
Next turn, we'll see. Maybe. This one is also going to fly around. And intelligence. It definitely doesn't think about flying. Okay. It goes after Domingo.
Yeah.
Okay, this is probably going to be miss. 8 plus 5, so 13.
Yeah, this is
13 misses. Okay. So each of you have one of these Sturges on you. And I believe it's Zugarf next. Yeah. Well, actually, hold on. The kobolds go. Gotta roll those death saves. Okay. Zugarf is up.
Would I think that by hitting one of the Sturges on Domingo, I would be in danger of hitting him, aside from like a natural one?
No, I think they're.
Get
I mean,
this
they're
thing
tiny.
off of me!
Yeah, they're tiny creatures, but they're large enough to present enough of a target that you.
Okay. Yeah. So I would run straight forward, 3 spaces.
Are you going here, kind of a thing, trying to?
Yeah, unless that's gonna cause any sort of problems. But
I think it would be.
if it's easier to go down one, go down one.
I think it would be. Yeah.
And I will.
If you groom me, that'll be the end of you. Zugarf.
One thing's for sure, we're all gonna be a lot shorter.
Nice.
I really want to check something. No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Actually, not. Yeah, all right. I'm going to hand axe in one hand, dagger in the other.
Ooh! Here we go.
I'm going to attack with my hand axe on the one that's on him.
This is someone reading the room right here. I like it.
And not much. That's a 13 to hit. Oh, you know what? Can I make that a reckless attack, or is it too late for me to?
I have not told you whether it hits or misses, so you.
Yeah, I'm gonna make it a reckless attack then.
Okay.
Yeah, cut his head off.
Okay, that's a 21 to hit.
21 certainly hits.
Okay. So that would be 9 slashing damage from the hand axe.
How you want to do this? What do you do with this hand axe?
I would like to basically cut this thing like 3/4 off of it, but there's whatever part was attached to him is still attached to him.
Still there, yeah.
And it's actually
like
still
trying
kinda
to like do something, but like just the
like
instinct and yeah,
Domingo's
leftover.
blood kind of like is pouring out on him a little bit, not a lot, but you know.
Yes. I'm into it.
And
You just rip the IV bag out.
Yeah.
All right, I think you still have a couple of squares, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, if possible, I'd like to. I don't think I can't flank that one below him, right? I don't think I can.
I don't think you can flank. You can get into.
Doesn't matter. I have reckless attack anyway. So
there you go.
I'm going to.
If you did it once, you definitely should do it twice.
Yeah. So that's another 15 to hit.
15 does hit.
And let's say another 15. Wasn't 15, it was 20. But well, I don't add my modifier. Is it to the attack
not to
or
the
to
damage.
the damage? Okay.
The damage.
It's just straight D4 then.
Yeah. Yeah, for your offhand, you don't have to.
Uno.
Uno! The only result that would have resulted in this thing still being alive. But here it is.
Do I get advantage on the damage die? No, I know I don't.
You're a little rusty with your two-handed fighting, and you're doing your best, but you got him.
Wait, which weapon were you using in your other hand?
His offhand was a dagger, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, offhand was the dagger.
All right.
I should have switched it. But yeah, that'll end my turn.
Okay. Fontaine. I go right next to Heelbreak.
Honestly, I actually want to. I don't know if I can fit there, but can I go below where the Sturge is, right below Heelbreak? Has that
1,
half
2,
square?
3, 4, 5.
Or-
Not really. I think you could get here if you wanted to get into melee.
Okay, I'm good there.
Okay.
And then as I'm running over there, you kind of see me like digging in my bag, and I pull out a couple woodworking tools, a little whittling knife, and a sander, and you see me just kind of like holding them up like this as I'm running over there, and you see this thing just kind of like forming on my arm. And it kind of just like grapples like underneath, and it's kind of like holding onto my arm, and I create an Eldritch Cannon that's on my arm.
Oh, baby.
But I'm doing a Protector Eldritch Cannon.
Okay.
And I am going to use my bonus action to activate it. I think I can do that on the same turn that I create it.
Does it say what it takes to create it?
It takes an action, so that is going to be my action
Then
for this
absolutely.
round.
And what does that do?
What that does is that grants 1d8 plus 3 temporary hit points to each creature of my choice within 10 feet of the turret.
Nice.
Okay, so that's Heelbreak. Domingo is kind of and Domingo's right outside of it.
And the two things are outside of it.
Yeah. So right now, it'd be you and Heelbreak.
All right. So then you're gonna see before I cast it, you're gonna see the turret run down my body.
Ooh,
Because
yeah.
I can make it move up to 15 feet as well.
Okay.
And I want it to move down like one square and to the right. So it's kind of like I guess halfway between like the next one down.
Okay, I'm just making the crystal from the other episode to be your
Okay.
thing. Does it say what size it is? Tiny?
It's tiny is what I made it that way. It could be on me, but
Okay, so where did you say you wanted to put it?
down and then kind of to the right a little bit.
Like here?
Yes, that way it could hit.
That's pretty central.
You can get everybody but Zugarf as far as
And
allies.
I want to get the one. I can't. The one guy that's down, the kobold, because it
They're both
says
down.
each creature I decide.
Yeah.
Right.
If they're down, does temporary hit points do anything?
I think it would
It doesn't.
stabilize
It doesn't
wouldn't
revive them. No, it doesn't count as healing. But that may still come into play. That's all I'll say.
Okay, so I will give it to them as well.
Okay.
Or the one that it reaches rather, because I don't. The other one's probably not within 10 feet.
So I don't even know if this is how this is supposed to happen. But do you want to roll once for everyone, or do you want everyone to have a different roll?
I think once for everyone. I think is what it.
Sounds good.
So there'd be 7 temporary hit points.
Awesome.
Okay. That's
Nice.
That's,
damage soak is nice.
that's great.
Who's in range of that? No, I'm not, right?
Every good guy except for Zugar. Yeah.
Okay, well, that's okay. I don't need it. I was just.
No, you're a beefy boy.
I do. I have a quick thing when Michael's finished.
Okay. I think actually that's all three. So
that's pretty much everything I can do.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So when I was panicking before it was my right as it was my turn, and I was like, I want to check something for and whatever, and I was like, whatever, I'll just do it. I wasn't sure if I had 2 hand axes. I do have 2 hand axes. Is it possible for me to retcon that and change the damage to a d6 to see if I kill this thing? If not, totally fine.
I'm gonna say yes, but roll it at disadvantage just because it sounds like fun.
You got it. Okay, it's still a 1. I got a 1 to 5.
Yeah, but you got those 2 axes out. You're
at least
looking...
it's the hand axes though, because I wanted it to be the hand axe, and
fair enough.
They are. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
All right, that brings us back to the top for Heelbrick.
Okay. So I've got 1 attached to me.
You do.
And I also see that there's 1 still attached to our pals that are down. Well, potential pals.
There's 1 on each of the kobolds, yes. Looking like they're having a nice snack.
Okay. Is this something like I can casually just like rip it off and then have an action? Or
interesting.
Would it take an action for me to remove the 1 from me?
Actually, it does specify that you can use your action to detach it, so it would be your action. But it does sound like it's automatic.
Okay. I'm going to take a step forward, and I'm going to hit the one that's on the kobold that is laying down and leave the 1 attached to me for the time being.
Okay. I'll put that on top of you so it's easier to see.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. Just normal attack?
Yeah.
Crit.
Okay. So what does this look like when you smash this thing to bits?
I'm gonna just take a casual, nice and easy step up and just a smooth, like I'm playing field hockey, just and just like knock it right through that door, out through the goalposts, 3
up
points.
against the basalt rock.
Yeah,
and just starts to
splatter him out there.
Yeah. Love it.
And then, yeah, I mean, the only thing I can do with the bonus action is a spiritual weapon, and I'm not wasting that on these little punks, so.
I think that's fair. This is not a resource draining temptation at all.
No.
Okay, so any other movement? I think you only use 5 feet. If you want more, you can.
Unless, well, no, because it takes an action for me to like pull out my hand axe and put away my shield, right?
No, pulling out a weapon is just part of the attack action. So if that was your intent, that's fine.
So I could hit that with my mace, pull out my hand axe, and then throw it.
Okay, I was gonna say, don't hit yourself.
I mean, I've got some. I'm feeling a little bit empowered by this strange mechanical beast.
Yeah.
And I saw these guys collapse and these things still attached to them. So my knee-jerk reaction would be to get the things off of them before it sucks the life out of them.
Go for
completely. So I'll toss it, and if I hit the cobalt and kill it, so be it. We only need 1 of them.
Tactics.
I might hit it. So this is dexterity, so it's only a 4. So I definitely miss.
A 4 misses. Yeah, no, it just kind of just clangs against the rubble.
Yeah, like, hey,
Yeah.
Never done that before.
Yeah. All right, that brings us to Domingo.
I have a bit of 1 attached to me, but it's dead, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna take a swing at the one next to me and Zugar.
Okay.
That's 15 to hit.
15 does the trick, and that's the one that Zugarf damaged. So
That's
Does he
it
get
has
sneak
one-
attack?
It has one hit point. Yeah,
it
you want to
would
do
be a
sneak
sneak
attack?
attack, yeah.
Go for it. Yeah, how much do you obliterate this thing for?
6, 10, 14.
Yeah, 14 damage.
So I just turn this thing to mush.
Yes,
and
you
then
do.
I turn my head and I look at Zugarf and I give him a wink. And then
Not
I.
back.
Okay, is Domingo aware of this? Because as you turn to Zugarf, maybe this thing is still stuck in you. While
He does. We'll say he doesn't notice that it's still stuck to him.
Yes.
It's just like hanging out of his neck. Like,
Too
Like,
preoccupied
yeah.
with seeing that Zugarf missed the killing blow on this thing or didn't finish it off
Yeah.
and got a little cocky. And he'll run forward to, I guess, the kobold nearest and try and get rid of that.
Okay.
So, well, the bat, not the kobold.
Kill the beast.
Yeah. It's 14 to hit this time.
14 just hits.
Nice.
Josh, your reckless decision was good.
2 damage.
2 damage, that's all you needed.
Hey.
The only remaining one is now embedded
Oh,
in
that's
skill
not
break.
Nice.
There's one more.
1.5. All right. Do you want to do any more movement or bonus action things?
I do have a. So this thing is unconscious, right? This kobold.
Yes.
You could try and healing word.
It's up to you.
Try and give it some hit points. I'll do that.
Okay.
We'll just say, "Hey, get up! We got questions for you."
Get up, nerd.
Domingo's eyes kind of flash. This celestial kind of blue as he says those words. There's a bit of reverb to it.
I love that.
Yeah.
Little chorus pedal, little reverb.
Yeah.
All right. How much do you heal him for?
That's a good question. 4 hit points.
Okay. It also has the 7.
Yes.
Yep. Okay. You just see the kobold's eyes kind of blink and he's definitely conscious again.
Welcome back.
Kind of just like nervously shakes his head. Thank you. Thank you.
Don't thank me yet.
All right, that brings us to the Sturges, and it is an automatic damage dealing. Here. 3 plus 3, 6 hit points, which leaves you with 1 temporary hit point. Michael is just like,
All according to plan.
Yep, there was. Maybe this will make it into the what went right section of our series.
There you go. Being proactive.
All right. After that, the winged kobold that was just healed, state, kind of just shakes his head and gets up, looks over at his friend, looks over at what's going on, and charges Hulbrecht. Or is it Hulbrecht? I don't know. Let's find out. A dagger comes out.
Next time on Dragon Balls.
That's a hit. Okay. Yeah, just charges forward and just takes his dagger and just stabs it in the back and just rips it off of Hulbrecht and just throws it on the ground. And that's it in terms of active combat.
How's his compatriot doing? Can I do like
Good question. Still looks like there's breath, but
so he did not roll a 1 and less than a 10.
Right, and he didn't get 10 HP, did he?
He
was
They
the one that
did.
didn't.
they both
Oh, they
did.
both did. Okay,
Yes.
I missed that.
Can I make a medicine check to stabilize him because I refuse to use magic on these?
Yeah. I think is it a healer's kit thing or is it just a?
I don't know if I even have one of those. Let's take a look.
I know a medicine kit does do it. I'm just double checking.
I have carpenter tools.
That'll do the trick,
I
right?
can take a chisel to his temple.
Thieves' tools. I can steal his life.
Pick his nose.
Yes, you can make a medicine check. Lets you try to stabilize a dying companion or diagnose illness. So
Okay.
go
I'm
for
not
it.
terrible at these. That's a 20.
Yeah.
Dirty 20. Not a natural 20. So, anyways.
So as you do that, one of the kobold that just stabbed the dirge that was attacking you, he was just there with you, and you're able to stabilize them. And this one's starting to come to, but the one that was conscious, that was healed by Domingo.
Oh, thank you very much. That was a close one there.
Thank you. Might I ask why these punks were bothering you?
They're pests. Sometimes a flock of them come by. Pretty fortunate you were here. What are you doing here?
I'm gonna ask you the same thing, Fred. This is a regular occurrence for you guys. You guys hang out here often?
Oh yeah, that's where we live.
Bit far from the rest, don't you think?
Oh, no, we don't live with them. They're weird.
I'd like
You know they're weird, right?
Zugarf moves over near Domingo, like on the rubble to the right of him.
Okay. This one helps the other one to his feet. There's no threatening posture at all.
Sure. I mean, I'd reach a hand down and help him up also.
But when you just elaborate on that for me, when you say you guys live here, you mean like here in the structure, or you have a settlement nearby? How many of you are
this is
there?
where we live.
And he points to the like where the bridge with the rope bridge
Okay.
kind of area. He's like, that's where we sleep. And then he points over his shoulder with his thumb and says,
That's where the big guy, he lives up there.
Big guy.
Yeah. Yes, Sparkrender.
Bark grinder. Right, of course.
He's pretty impressive.
You're
Big blue
telling
guy.
me.
Yeah, that's why we dress in blue.
Makes sense. Who can
So
fold
that makes you
one?
guys what? His pets?
I think minions is probably the better word for it, but
It's all right. Yeah.
he probably thinks we're pets. That's kind of weird, actually.
Okay. So what do you guys offer? What's this exchange?
Well, when he gets all the power from the ritual, we're gonna be his honored servants. It'll be great. Yeah.
Ritual, right?
Yeah.
Sounds like a pretty good deal. Is there any way that we can be a part of this ritual? Anything that we can do to help out?
Yeah, he's blue, so he's on your side.
I mean, oh, that's a pretty good point. And the other one goes, oh yeah. We did most of the work at this point. We're pretty much just waiting for all the stars to align.
he kind of
I bet This
gestures.
thing's gonna let
I was
you
gonna
know
say
when,
gestures
huh?
to the middle of yeah, exactly.
Right on. Rock and roll.
He said it should be pretty soon, maybe today or tomorrow. I don't know. But we built that. Did a pretty good job, huh?
Looks pretty good to me.
Yeah.
What else did you have to do for this ritual? It seems like you all work very hard and having to protect yourself from those creatures as well. You must be very capable.
Have you noticed? We're about as capable as it gets. But,
And at this point, you see that like 5 chunks of rubble that like vaguely represent somewhat draconic shapes, and each one is splashed with some paint. There's a bronze one, gold one, a blue one, a red one, and a brass one. And
we're not really sure what the boss is using this for, but he said he wanted these things.
And you painted those yourself.
they both kind of like puff out their chests a little bit, stand a little taller.
Sure did.
Oh. Capable indeed. You're artists as well. You must be very proud.
Oh yeah, we take lots of pride in our work. Oh yeah.
Do you have any other paintings? Do you have more paint?
Got some blue paint up in our room.
He kind of points to the rope bridge again.
You can meet the others if you want.
How many more?
Go ahead.
And he goes like, you could tell he's struggling to get like the sequence of the numbers. Like,
On my hand, which this many?
There's one for each of your fingers.
Including you both.
No, we need 2 more fingers for that.
Yes.
I mean,
course.
1 and 1 more fingers for that.
Oh, geez.
I mean, surely you must be sort of in charge of the other minions, as you call them.
Well,
Would
we
you
got
not?
our wings, so yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously, you
We're
must
not
be
the only
stronger.
ones.
You
We're
must
not
be
the only
stronger
ones.
than the rest of them, though.
one of the only ones. He kind of gestures behind him, and you actually see what looks like a crude elevator-ish looking platform. He goes,
We're not the only ones that have our wings, but there are some that don't have it. So they need help getting up there.
Sure.
What sort of power are you expected to get at the end of this ceremony?
I don't know, but the big guy says it's going to be important.
What would you do with this power?
It's not that far ahead.
There's a world of possibilities once you.
Yeah.
It depends what sort of power you're getting, but if it's great power, you've thought of things you might do. What about the weird kobold? What would you do to them with this power?
Not sure. It depends on what the power is.
What if
Right.
it
And the
made
other
you
one
as
looks at-
powerful as the big guy?
Oh. Well, I don't know. The big guy kind of warns us not to mess with them, but we might have to test that a little bit.
Have you ever thought that maybe the big guy is trying to hold you back?
What do you mean?
I mean, two as strong and capable as you are. I mean, look at all the work that you've put in for this.
Yeah.
He might feel threatened.
I don't think we're much of a threat to him.
But
Pretty.
but he also needs you. So in a way, you're more powerful than he is because he can't do this on his own. There's
That's a
something to
decent
be
point,
said
isn't
for
there?
your strength. There's
Huh.
something to be said for what you have accomplished.
Huh. Yeah.
Who's to say that he doesn't take this power he's promising you for himself? He needs you. Why would he make you stronger?
they look at each other. Like there's a moment where like you might wonder if what you're even saying makes sense to them. And then it just seems like it doesn't compute. And they kind of just like look at each other and go,
Dots are
I don't know.
that's it.
He's pretty strong. I don't know. I mean, either way, he's our guy.
Can't fault that. Power is strength.
Well, you guys really did us a solid back there. So, I mean, if there's something you think we can do to help you out, please let us know. That was really
Yeah, I
nice
mean,
of you.
what would have happened if we, not to belittle it, your capabilities, but what would have happened if we didn't come along?
I mean, I'm sure at
You
some
guys would have
point.
been kaput. What would have happened to the ritual?
No.
You guys were down for the
No.
count.
Well, yeah. Well, that's a pretty good point, huh? Well, that's why we're gonna do something nice for you. What do you need?
I'm gonna.
Well, how do we help this ritual speed along? Like, what do you need from us to help? What does the big guy need to complete this ritual? I guess is what I'm getting at, because
I think he just needs time. He said it'd be either today or tomorrow, and this thing will be good. All the preparations have been done.
Is there any preparations that are particularly important? Maybe we can help out guarding that specific area, making sure that nothing goes afoul with those weirdos down, down yonder.
if this guy's really going to be getting into power, we want to make sure we're on his good side. So
That's pretty smart. That's pretty smart right there.
get in
If
on the
I
ground
blew
floor.
myself, would I be able to join?
And if you want
geez.
some paints, we got them right here, actually.
And he behind like the little winch thing that the the rope thing you see, there's like a bucket of paint.
Perfect. I'm gonna walk over to the one closest to me.
Yeah.
Like if you go diagonal, the like up to the right in that space. Put my hand on its shoulder and just say,
Oh yeah.
"You've been very very helpful." And take my tomahawk, which is this.
Oh no.
You haven't really seen it. Like I don't think I've used it yet until now, but it's got a nice walnut handle with these engravings on it, and a black blade and a big spike in the front and the back, and just right in the chest.
I'm not even gonna make you roll. He does have temporary hit points. We'll say it's an auto crit. Let's see what happens. I don't know. This feels just roll it just for giggles.
That is 10 slashing.
Okay. So this thing just chops right into the thing's chest, and he goes,
Oh, it's so rude.
and falls over.
Yeah, take a swing at the other one.
Sure. Yeah.
As
Go
this is
ahead.
happening.
Yeah.
All right.
You have advantage.
I crit
Okay.
without advantage. So what is it? Double dice or double what I roll?
You can pick.
Okay, I'm gonna do double dice.
I like twice the dice.
It's always, I feel like it's more satisfying.
It feels better rolling multiple things. So
As
that's
a rogue, when you have like 12 dice
You're
that you're rolling.
secret
Yeah.
that's
love it so much.
7 total.
Okay, so this thing had 7 temporary hit points. You stabilized him, so I'm gonna call that a wash. We'll say
So
it's
is
not a
that-
killing blow, but you did knock him out again.
Okay.
Just in case that's important. I doubt it is at this point.
I'll look at.
I literally rolled a 1 and a 2 on my damage die.
I'm gonna look at Fontaine. I don't really know why Fontaine, but I had to look at someone when I said this, and just say, they told me everything I needed to hear when he said perhaps he would test and see what he could do to the other kobolds. And I'm gonna grab the paint from behind the wench and kind of look to the rest of the party and be like, if the dragon needed these markings for his ritual, perhaps we paint over them.
We could paint over them, or we could just toss them out into the ocean.
We could do both. And then the paint will probably wash off in the ocean, wouldn't it?
Or we could paint some fakes, toss the real ones out, or destroy the real ones. Paint
I would
some
like-
fakes.
I'd like to draw Trogdor in blue paint. I'm gonna add a beefy, meaty arm to all of the dragons.
Here's another question.
No, I'm joking.
It's whatever you want to do, it's fine.
Here's another question that we have, based on the information they provided. We have 5 more of these minions to contend with. Do we wish to enter their quarters and, take the battle to them, or do we simply cut the rope bridge and then only the ones that can fly get over here and can leave that tower?
It's a good plan, but it's worth noting it does limit our mobility as well.
Ideally, I would like to fly to. If this battle's going to take place, I want it to take place on the mainland. So if we can limit the amount of participants on the opposing side, that would be helpful. That's merely what I'm trying to get at.
It's a wise decision.
We've also realized that they're not as accomplished as they may think they are. If we have some blue paint, perhaps we can convince them that we're new recruits to the ceremony, and maybe
all part of the ritual.
Then maybe some of them have further information on this specific ritual. We also aren't quite sure if this contraption in the center is clock or if it is actually important to the ritual.
What is it made out of? The contraption in the middle.
Yeah, it's just like crude metals and things. It doesn't look like it's very refined at all, but if anyone would like to make an Arcana check, I think probably specifically Fontaine would excel there.
Yeah, I'll do an Arcana check.
Right.
That is a 16.
16, wonderful. This depicts the planet of Toril, which is the world of the Forgotten Realms. Its moon, called Saloon, which is also what they call the goddess, the moon goddess. The sun and 7 other planets, as well as 1 comet with a very eccentric orbit. You take a moment to and you realize you're looking past some crude work here, but you believe that its current position does suggest that the comet will soon pass very close to Toril.
Can you make any sense of this, Fontaine, or is there anything that perhaps your friend maybe alluded to in his studies that could...
No, it didn't tell me what he found, so just that it would possibly correspond with my desires, and I don't know if he's just talking about the power here in general, or what. I mean, this definitely represents what the sky is gonna look like, and the comet is... I mean, like they said, today or tomorrow, when things are aligned.
Does the power that you wield have any celestial type of origin, or is it more arcane and like manufactured in a sense?
Would you like me to step in for a moment?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know where
Yeah.
Artificer's power comes from.
So it is definitely in the arcane lane, but I think it's very largely theorized amongst any practitioner of magic, whether they're divine, primal, or arcane, that for whatever the reason, sometimes the alignment of the sun, the moon, the planets, whatever, there are certain times when certain things do seem to have stronger pulls, stronger things like that. So like, although you and Kulbrek have different ways of approaching magic, I think both of you would have at least some rudimentary, it's like, that is a thing, kind of a
Sure.
yeah.
This could get very dangerous. I do think the best course of option would be to disrupt this ritual as best as possible.
I would agree. I mean, I do think that one of the main reasons why we're here is for that to a certain extent. So do we want to... I don't even know. I mean, are we hunting where this blue dragon went? What'd they say his name was?
Sparkrender.
Sparkrender.
Spark.
Sparkrender.
Oops. Not bark like a dog.
Art render.
I thought it was Bark too. That's
It's very on brand with the blue dragon.
yeah.
Bark, bark.
Zugarf will just kind of have like a crap look on his face, and he'll look at Fontaine, just say, Fontaine, I feel like a fool. Do you think we should have asked them about your friend if they've seen him or if they knew anything?
Honestly, at the time of it, I didn't think of that either.
Would you
Because
like to?
I feel like a dragon is slightly more pressing than someone who passed weeks ago.
Sure. There is
And
nothing
you
wrong
kind of
with
see me like glance at the planets like aligning and every like the thing in the middle, and just kind of like glancing at that with a slight worried look in my face.
I think the first order of business should be to either paint over, disrupt these markings and runes in whatever fashion we think best. Are those winged kobolds alluded that they're important? I can also begin preparing my my ritual of whatever it's called, detect magic, and see if this contraption in the middle
I was gonna say, forgive
Has-
me if this is a stupid question, but is there any sense in destroying this monument?
I don't know if it's simply there to tell them that time's up, like a clock or an egg timer, or if it is actually important to the ritual, which is why I was thinking of preparing that spell to check for any magical nature around. Perhaps there may be hidden objects important to the ritual that we don't see.
Could I use prestidigitation? I cannot say that word to save my life. To clean the runes up, like the runes that are written around.
It's a good idea.
Like to just make this thing clean
Like
and-
just like literally like basically wash them away, kind of a thing. Or
Yeah, so I just want to make sure I understand. Are you talking about like the rubble sculpture thingies that they put together, or are you talking about the thing in the middle of the room?
well, because I thought they said there were runes painted around.
Yeah,
Well,
were those like sculptures, or are those like just
They
paintings?
look like effigies. Like they took the rocks together and just put them into like draconic shapes and like painted
okay.
them like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so sorry if that was unclear. So that's just, and they're just kind of like around. They don't seem to be in it, like they don't look like they're very precisely placed. Like it's just,
Right.
Mm.
yeah.
Well,
Could have just been busy work for them.
Doesn't take long to destroy him. No harm, no foul.
No, I mean, I don't think it. I don't think there's any harm in destroying him.
At this point, you actually
I think
hear.
there might be some benefit, potentially.
At this point, you actually hear a crack of thunder coming from the tower. That's the taller tower where you saw the blue dragon go and just.
How much taller was that tower? Like significantly taller or just a little bit taller?
Like a baller or a girl who looked good. Sorry. It seems to be about 15 feet, so a little bit more than like a story.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's where that like elevator winch thing would come into play. It looks fairly simple to operate.
I think we may know where Bark Cruncher is.
Yes.
It does seem that Fart Muncher is in the tallest tower.
Yeah. I love where this is headed.
Should I cast a spell or should we start taking out some minions? Or should we just cut the bridge and try and halt this ritual and call him out?
I'm okay with cutting the bridge while you cast your spell.
Should I go greet Chalk Mancha?
There's also a third tower.
Are you
I don't know
talking
if
about
it's
the one on the bottom left?
Correct.
So if I don't know if I don't think I described it, but if it's not apparent from the map, it does look like there's a similar setup to the bridge that formed to get you to the middle.
Mhm.
Do we
Shorter
still have
distance,
some stones, or do we need
just
to
have the
activate
one.
that bridge?
And it doesn't look like anything's formed across that span.
No.
Okay.
And we left the other stone back inside the thing as a key.
Correct.
Yeah, I think we had to keep it up. I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How long is the bridge supposed to be?
So it's shorter than the other one, as you can see here by the map.
Right,
So this is a good.
like 15 feet ish.
I think it's actually. I think it says. I think it says 22 feet, which is weird because it's not in game terms, but
Yeah.
we'll call it 20.
That's it.
And the other one was like 35-ish. Yeah, 35.
And I do believe, if I'm not mistaken, that one of us has found a scroll of jump.
Mac Daddy make ya.
Yes.
It is entirely possible for one of us to make the leap across to said third tower, but they would be on their own over there.
I actually don't remember. If you have it, Michael, because I think Fontaine has it. Is it just one casting of jump, right?
As
that?
far as I know, yeah, one charge. Utility
just thinking of-
consumable.
Is it just one jump, or is it like, can you jump for a minute? I think it's just one
It's
jump.
just one, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a one-time spell, so.
You could jump over with an end of rope. We tie that rope.
It lasts for 1 minute. You touch a creature, the
What?
creature's jump distance is tripled until the spell ends, and the duration is 1 minute.
What a time to be alive.
I wasn't sure, I just wanted to confirm that. Also, for you viewers at home, if you're not sure, I figured you'd like to know the stakes of the decision.
Yeah, there's a lot to that jump mechanic. There's high jump or long jump.
It's bold, but I like it. We could have someone jump across, check it out quick, jump back. But does that gain us anything?
I feel like,
That's what's
No.
over there.
but
I mean, Bark Belcher might have something stashed there that he doesn't want anybody to. I don't know if there's a reason why that bridge is. You know, maybe the kobolds don't even have access to it. Kobolds don't like to swim.
If I feel like we've got the time to spare, I will start casting Detect Magic as a ritual.
I'm totally fine if you wanted to say you were starting to do that. Yeah.
So I'm going to do that. So I'm occupado for the next 10 minutes.
Do we want to jump and just try this thing before Derek catches wind to what we're doing?
Or would we rather have jump to be able to go after a dragon?
Well,
and do we want to get rid of that rope bridge?
Well, while you guys think about that, let's take our break, and then we'll come back, and we'll see what you guys decide to do.
I have to know all of the rule. There are 3 books, and I need to know every single word, every page, every paragraph, every sentence. All of it. Otherwise, the game's just going to fall apart. I mean, if I don't know the words to every rule, if I don't have them tattooed on my body, if I don't know the page numbers by heart, what's going to happen? What's going to happen if somebody says that they want to jump over something? I don't know what to do for it.
Well, I kind of look at it 2 ways, right? Number 1, you look it up. It's like, if you have the books, you have D&D Beyond, you literally type it in the search, like jumping, enter, Or number 2, you make something up that seems to make sense at the time, and if you're wrong, you say, hey, guess what? This is supposed to work this way when you look it up later. Like if, say, it's just taking too much time. Nobody knows all the rules. I would venture to say that even Jeremy Crawford, the godfather himself of all this and that of the rules, I bet you he looks at the DM's guide once in a while still.
I bet he does.
He just does.
And the other thing is, like, you should still get like a baseline of it, Read through the rule book, make a character, maybe take that character and just by yourself make the one player character that you made fight a monster in the monster manual or something. Just get an idea of what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Once you have that idea, then that's literally all you need is just the basic how do things work. Then just if you really are worried about it, get a DM screen, because it gives you the rules references and all the little conditions, and it basically picks out all the minor things that you might forget, and it has them there in front of you. So like Jake said, you could look it up, you could get the DM screen, and some of it will be right in front of you, but you don't have to know all of them. Nobody knows all of them.
No. And if you're really like, yes, but there are some that I really should know, you don't have to know spells off the top of your head, because usually players are going to have those descriptions right there, and you can just say, okay, remind me what that means. But I would say have a base idea of what the skills do, and then what the DC numbers are for those skill checks. Like 5 is extremely easy, 10 is easy, 15, I forget exactly what they label them, but just where each one of those things are, so that if someone tries to do something, you can have some kind of a ballpark figure of where to set those. And really, that's kind of it. You're just kind of applying that to a lot of situations that come up.
Don't forget to smash that like button.
Fellas, what have we decided? Or actually, do you want to just pick it up with the Detect Magic ritual being finished?
I would say no, because we are going to do something else. So while that's going on...
Okay.
Nooch actually gave us all a really great idea. That
he's good like that.
I should set a trap on the rope bridge. Domingo is going to try his best to make this bridge look fine, but create slip knots so that when they step and put any sort of pressure on the bridge, it'll collapse on them.
Okay.
And Zugarf will assist in that if he has to untie knots first and there's like weight from the bridge that's pulling on it, I'll hold on to it and basically just assist him in whatever way he needs, but especially if he needs me to hold something in place, that would require like maybe strength or something.
So you're looking to sabotage the bridge in some way. I don't think I understand what you mean by slip knots. Are you looking to just weaken the integrity of the bridge, or what do you mean by that?
So like, it looks like it's a sound knot and the bridge looks fine, but then the second you put weight on it, the pressure kind of pulls the knot apart. Not like an actual slip knot where it would pull it taut.
Yeah.
But in this case,
when they're looking at the bridge, they won't be able to tell that anything's kind of amiss with it.
Okay. All right.
Almost like a daisy chain kind of thing. So like it looks like it's all legit, right? But then the second you pull it, it comes undone.
Okay. So this
That's
sounds
as
like
best as I can do it with an HDMI cable.
fair enough.
all those sailor knot tying tricks.
Yeah. Well, I'm hoping that Domingo's sailor background can give him some guide.
It's definitely going to help you. So you're going to have some proficiency in this. And it's going to be, I'll let you choose. I mean, well, you're a rogue. You're going to choose dexterity. You can do a proficient dexterity check. I'm also assuming you're trying to not be noticed with this. Right?
It'd be preferable.
Okay. So we're going to have Domingo, you're going to roll a stealth check. You're going to roll some kind of proficient dexterity check. And then also we'll do a strength check because that's fun. So let's start with the stealth.
All right.
Strength for Domingo?
No, from Zugarf. Sorry.
Okay.
That was unclear.
Stealth. That is a 19 on the die. I kid you not. Plus 11. Plus 8. 27 stealth.
I just imagine that like the night before, Domingo was like grooming his nails to not even have like clickety clacks on things like wood and stone, because he just like just kind of goes right across and is doing his stealth thing. And if you weren't watching him do it, you'd be like, dang, this guy is good. All right. Now that he's out there, Zugarf, let's have a strength check just to
steady.
Just to keep it steady. Yeah, you can do athletics if you're trained in athletics.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool. Perfect. That is a 17.
Yeah. There's not too much going on with it, but you feel like you have a very good handle on how it works, where you would hold, where you would support should the need arise.
I'm helping.
I'm doing my part.
Would you like to know more?
All right. So then what kind of a check? I mean, I'm thinking a proficient dexterity check, but unless you could think of something else, I can't really think of what else to do with this, but
Yeah, I don't know if it wouldn't be like deception.
dexterity deception check. It's called a sleight of hand.
Yeah. Sleight of hand.
You're proficient in this. You're very good with knots. So
Sounds good.
yeah.
We'll do, I guess, just dex.
And the way it'll work is you're setting the DC to notice. Your roll will set
Right.
the DC to notice.
Yeah, on their intelligence checks, I was.
Just, yeah.
That is a 9 on the die, but dex and proficiency.
Yes.
So plus 6 would be 15.
Okay.
The fair DC.
Mm-hmm.
I'm banking on their stupidity. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no reason to.
yeah.
All right. So you do that. Doesn't even. I mean, there's really like he's just any sound you hear just sounds like natural waves. Wind, natural. There's nothing going on. It's like really, really well done. You come through, and right around the time that's done, unless Fontaine wanted to do something in the meantime.
No, I can't really think of anything.
Okay. Hulbrecht, your detect magic ritual has emerged. You are ready to go.
All right. I will look around the room and see what my magic eyes see.
The only things that strike you as magical, besides, the equipment you're used to seeing on your friends, is the statues where the bridges are formed. And the bridge that's currently formed is ordinarily bright. Right? Almost to the point where like, okay, I get it.
Sure.
Yeah.
But nothing from the little effigies, nothing from this central mechanism.
Correct.
Okay.
does look like just a model with some kind of timepiece, I think is a very logical conclusion to come to.
Okay. And we saw a hole in the base of one of these statues on the other side of the bridge when we first came over, correct? For the keyhole?
So we'll say, just because maybe Fontaine during the detect magic and the rope rigging, the 4 statues look identical to the 2 on the other side, where there is a keyhole, for lack of a better term, on each side. So whether that bridge wasn't formed and you were here and you had it, you could form it again.
Gotcha.
Or vice versa.
Okay, and I see the same thing on the same pair.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Good news. Outside of the magic bridges, nothing's magical. So there's no aura coming off of this central timepiece. It's purely mechanical. And these effigies seem to have no enchantments or of any sort placed on them at present. That being said, I'll kick over the blue one.
Yeah, it just kind of crumbles pretty. It was held together, but if you're gonna kick it, it falls apart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's something like, what, 5 years of bad luck? Oh, wait.
I think it's time we topple a blue dragon.
Oh baby. Oh baby. All right, so
Come pick me up. I'm scared.
there it is. Well done.
This winch, is the elevator thing down or up?
It's down.
Okay. Does it appear as if someone would have to be down here in order to operate it?
It does. Right where I put Fontaine.
Sure. Yeah. What's the horizontal distance between the two?
About 15 feet.
Okay.
Yeah. The roof of the building that we're in right now.
Wide open.
Wide open. Okay. All right. Wait, wide open?
Yeah.
The Sparky Boom man has just been watching down.
Well, no, he's not like sitting there watching. Like, you know,
she's just sipping some tea, just seeing what's going on down there.
I was wondering when you would get here.
Dinner and a show. Where is nighttime entertainment? Yeah, I didn't realize there was no roof either. I didn't think to clue into it.
Oh, if only I was level 5.
You got the levitate spell. Level 5, right? Yep.
Yeah.
What does it look like? Like if I step just outside that door or just at the doorway,
Like here?
What extra do I notice? Is there anything or
So you
like
could this thing that's covered down here, that's just water. That's like another layer of something. But other than that, like it's just similar rock that's supporting this taller or higher, I should say higher structure.
Just kind of like jagged, steep rock.
Yeah, like I think you get the sense
rock wall or stone wall.
You get the sense that like if you fell, like you could probably muddle your way back up. Like I don't think it doesn't look like it would be too challenging, if just time consuming, like if the need was there. What's that?
How far up?
45 feet. Where you're about 30 feet above now.
Let me rephrase that. Do I think I could climb up to the actual building?
Yeah. But it's
like the building that he's in.
Yeah, but it's just 45 feet from the water.
All right. I have an idea. And I don't know if this is going to work. This is purely Nooch talking. If I take the jump scroll. And I ratchet this up. And then I get a running jump. Using that spell, it triples the distance, right?
It does. I had to look it up because I always forget jump rule. But
so if it triples the distance,
your normal is 3 feet plus your strength modifier,
which is 4, so that's 7.
So times 3, you could jump up 21 feet.
So I theoretically could jump from here with a running start to the platform, or at the very least, I can grab onto it and pull myself up.
Sure can.
Theoretically.
Theoretically, if one of us were to, like...
I also have feather fall, so if worse comes to worse, I won't die.
If one of us were to like let's say I had a rope tied to me, or was holding on to a rope that just kind of hung off the edge. If that was there, do you think it would make it easier for him, or do you think it would be a possibility for him to grab
climb?
it?
Well, I have another question, and this is for the group. Are we trying to have the fight over there, or do you want to lift me up? I'll take a shot at him and then come back down and fight over here.
We could also go to the shore too, if that's...
I was gonna say, if maybe there's a way for us to lure him out.
I feel like the shore is a lot farther away.
do the old hey bear, we're over here.
Find a way to taunt him, I think.
Josh, did I answer your question well enough? I don't know if I fully got you.
I think so. Yeah, I mean, basically, I'm just saying if Nooch was trying that plan where we were going up and he was going to jump, if I had a rope tied to me, if he was falling and didn't make his jump, he grabbed onto that rope, would that have any help? Would that add anything to his chances? Or is that just a waste of...
Yeah, okay. I mean, sure.
It wouldn't hurt them at the very least.
Yes, exactly.
No, I think
that was a bad idea. Now he pulls you both down.
I mean, that would be a risk. I'm just saying.
Sure.
But I mean, he probably outweighs me by a fair bit.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's a sturdy guy. He should be fine. Especially if he's ready for it. I will say this, the wood and stuff doesn't look like it's the sturdiest wood, so I wouldn't go discounting that particularly, but it's there.
That's how the campaign ends. We all try to get on this lift. We get 3/4 of the way up, it breaks.
Crack.
Everybody fails their saves, falls on
Backs
their
head on the rock.
And it's just Shieldbreak versus a dragon. He becomes partners with the dragon. We raised him at Take Over the World.
There you go.
And then you guys get new content for your What Went Wrong series.
There you go. There you go.
Weathered wood. That's what went wrong. Well, we got a couple options. Do we want to take this fight to him? Or do we want to try and lure him out?
I think if we have a way to taunt him to get him to come to us, that might be in our favor, rather than to go to his abode. His comfort zone,
There is one thing that I do like of the where we are right now. If those kobolds have any sort of ranged weapons, we at least have some cover.
And we know for a fact there isn't any, magic-y stuff going on here, thanks to Heelberg's.
Well, I'm sure standing here, there's potentially something around that tower because it's within 30 feet, but for all intents and purposes, there's no magic hoopla going on here.
Right.
So should we raise 2 up? Fontaine and the bodyguard, we take a shot throw something at him, and then we lower you down as quick as possible, or you potentially just jump down to this platform from there and we hightail it across the bridge. At the very least, we can pull the key when we get across. Then we have 2 bridges that aren't there in order to stop the kobolds, and we can hope he takes the bait. Or we'd have to go back if he doesn't take the bait, and then he knows that we're onto him. There's another potential drawback.
I feel like running back to shore is a bad idea.
So we fight him here.
I mean, the other option is, well, what's wrong with going ashore? What are your reservations, Fontaine?
I'm pretty sure he's a good bit faster than us. He can fly. He might even be able to get to the other side of the bridge before we can, and then we're caught out on the bridge. And that wouldn't be good.
Sitting ducks for a linear type attack.
The other option is you guys cross the bridge first. I'm pretty fast. I could be the bait. And I could dash my way across.
How smart are blue dragons?
Smart enough.
Smarter than your average dragon, maybe.
Then I'm not so sure that would work. It might realize that there's some sort of trap going on. That's the other reason why I feel like if we're trying to lure him 200-300 feet away, that's a lot harder of a lure than 50 feet.
I just think taking his lair out of the equation just kind of helps us out. You know, I don't know what surprises he may have in store for us up there.
But is this his lair? He's taking claim over it, but
That's where he's camped out right now. I don't know.
It's very possible he just needs this location as a source of this ritual that he's trying to attempt, whatever it may be. I don't know a great deal about dragons, but I would anticipate a dragon's lair to be a bit more cluttered with artifacts and...
Right.
I mean, hell, I'd hope that they're a little bit more heavily fortified than this.
do we have any qualms with fighting him in this central room?
That's kind of what I was thinking.
If we go over just pros and cons of what we know, we're already here. We have our trap laid for the kobolds. If they have ranged weapons, they can really only reach us from the doorway. As far as I could tell, I haven't seen any windows. And if two of us go up, he could follow us right down here. But less mobility. We already kind of went through the pros and cons of the...
And we still have our bridge up, so worst comes to worst, we can still bring him out to shore.
That's a fair point.
All right.
If nothing else, I feel like it'd be a little claustrophobic up there as well. So at the very least down here, I'd be happy to give us some room to operate.
Is there any place you think you might be able to hide down here?
Me?
Well, who I guess whoever stays back. I know you're the sneakiest of us.
I could.
Would I be able to use a survival check in order to help Domingo hiding amongst the rubble, and then I'll man the winch?
I'd hate to make a decision for you or put you in a position you don't want to be in.
No, I mean, by all means,
I was preparing.
I've never fought a dragon before, so it's all new to me.
I do think if the goal was to hide someone with rubble, you probably could. Might take a little bit, maybe make some noise, but you did fight here. I actually think at this point, I think we're about, between the ritual and talking, about a half an hour on your cannon, Fontaine.
Okay.
And time of day. What is it, like midday?
Oh, I forgot. I think you guys left in the morning and you got here, probably around midday.
Okay.
It only took a couple hours, I think. It wasn't long.
Yeah, I honestly didn't remember what time it was when we left off last time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You guys want me to hide? I can. You need me to beat Kate? I can as well. Like I said, I've got that mobility.
All right, so what's the plan? You're gonna hide Domingo, Fontaine, and Zugar for going on the
lift.
The lift? Okay.
And I'll hoist them up.
Can I have my cannon give its temporary hit points now?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Like make sure everybody gets it?
Yes. Yeah.
Nice. Thought I just missed out.
And that is 10 temporary hit points.
You can literally do it every round. It's ridiculous.
Yes.
Every round. Oh,
it's a bonus action.
So does it add on to what was there, or does
no? It just replaces. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I had one, so
it refreshes the.
Yeah.
The
I'm
roll.
bad.
It's like heroism on crack.
It's not cumulative.
Yes.
If it was cumulative, that'd be absolutely
It
stupid.
is methamphetamine.
It's already broken.
It's already nuts.
We don't
Yeah.
need to break something that's broken already.
It's the D&D version of bath salts.
All right, so
Let's kick a dragon in the dick.
okay, Domingo,
stealth
you're
check?
gonna just kind of be. We'll just put you over here. Yeah, you can roll a stealth check, but I'm gonna. Yeah,
Or help, whichever.
yeah, you get advantage because you're being
Both.
assisted.
Stealth with advantage. 4, 16, 24.
So you just remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so here we are. We are now going to start raising the thing. Okay.
It's crank.
You hear
Just gonna,
it starts
say-
like. Go ahead.
Rusty.
It's a good day to die, my friends. See you on the other side.
It's a better day to live.
There's one in every group. All right. Yeah. So I mean, it's more just like wood creaking and things like that. It does look like it's seen a decent amount of use. It doesn't look like it's stuck, like it's been, rusted shut or anything like that. So, but there is like it's definitely making some noise. But how that's interpreted is up to you. And you do plan on raising it all the way to the top?
At the very least, enough to give Fontaine a shot.
Okay.
So, I mean, if he's 6 feet tall,
Mm-hmm.
enough to get their heads over.
This is fair. Okay. Let's put our friend on the board. Oops.
Oh, I like friends.
Fart render.
Oh, crap. Hold on a second. I literally just accidentally deleted him after I added him as a.
Oh.
Oh,
What's
he's
his
gone.
actual name? Spark what?
Spark
render.
Render.
Spark Render.
Alright, hang on.
Butt bender.
Okay. He is,
Tiny.
well, for dragons. He's actually. All right. Rays of light dance across the remains of this tower's stained glass dome, making iridescent colors shimmer across the crumbled marble walls. Now I say that just because it's not completely destroyed, but there you go. Gilded lines and jeweled inlays form a detailed star map spanning the dusty floor. 4 alabaster statues of scholars stand around the perimeter of the room, their expressions worn with time. Each 10-foot-tall statue is pointing or gesturing in a different direction. Now, what you see, I'll let you tell me how that makes you feel. You see at the base of Sparkrender, you see like what looks like a campfire, and almost like what you would see like with a pig roast, right? Like you'd see the skewer, but it's a shark. And he's just going, roasting shark, doo 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 doo, roasting shark, doo 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 doo, roasting shark. So at this point, let's get stealth checks from Fontaine and Zugarf just for fun.
Amazing.
That's a 5.
That's a natural 20 for me.
Okay.
For a 22, I don't think it matters. But
Hold on. Is he within 10 feet of me?
I'm gonna say
Either one of
based
them.
based on the elevation and the
If they're
distance.
about 6 feet tall, I'd probably only raise it about 10.
Yeah, but they're also like 10 or 15 feet in the other direction.
I
So
joke.
I'm gonna say no.
That's guidance on myself to make me feel better.
There you go. So he's got roasting shark. Mac, you. And then you just see a blue scaled head kind of turn and look and see. You're not Mac. He kind of gets on like his kind of like all fours, I guess, and just kind of looks. You get that that guarded position.
I apologize if you wanted Mac, you came to the wrong show.
I said Mac.
Mac? Oh.
Yeah. But I'm into
My
it.
name is Dennis.
I want to be a dentist.
Honestly, I just want to open fire.
Oh, just immediately.
Do your thing. Do your thing.
So first off, I just started blasting.
Okay. Do your thing.
Zugarf is gonna like start talking as if to like have a conversation with this thing.
Yeah.
And
So I see a head go like this,
Yeah.
and I'm just like,
All right. With that, I mean, you're gonna lead off, but with that, let's roll initiative.
Dice don't fail me this time.
Better than last time.
Yeah, same.
What's the
I got an 11.
I got a 12.
you guys are quick. Okay, that's a good thing. Zugarf was 12, is that right?
Bodes well for me that speed impresses you. Yes, I got a 12.
Who was a 7?
I
had an 11.
Without you knowing it, I was a 7.
Oh my gosh.
I thought I heard 7. You said 11 for Fontaine.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. And then Domingo?
No, 19.
Nice.
19. Okay.
No, come on.
Now, if Domingo lets me, I want to swap with Domingo.
Do you have to see me? Is that how that works? I can't remember.
Oh yeah, does it say?
I mean, I'm down for whatever you want to do.
I don't know.
but
I'm
I don't
actually
know.
curious.
I forget what the rules
Now
on
that you asked that, I don't know. I have to find the.
The one D&D.
Oh yeah, that's
Says you can swap your initiative with one willing ally at the start of combat.
Hey, I mean, sure. we could RP it so that it was something that we had discussed or something before getting into combat. I'll hold off until you.
That's fine if you want to do a switch.
Yeah. I think it's
I'm so
that way.
impressed at how fast he found that, because the one D&D stuff.
Oh, I know, it's
intuitive.
Well, I made a feat for him, so it's on his character sheet.
Okay.
Yeah, we added it.
Or
to
someone
my
did, I
character
think.
sheet.
Yeah, someone did.
I just have PDFs on my desktop.
Yeah.
So yeah, Fontaine, lead us off. You're batting lead off here.
All right.
Gavin.
Let's see here. That is a 15 to hit.
You shoot it, and he kind of just like ducks his shoulder a little bit, and it ricochets off his dragon scale, and it looks like there's no effect. That was your action.
Yes. And
You hurt his feelings.
You hurt his feelings. Yes, you did.
I'll be right behind you.
if I jumped off, would I take damage?
It's about 10 feet, so I would just give you a little acrobatics check to see. Because I think, based on your goals and everything, it seems logical that you wouldn't have gone the entire way.
I mean, I also know that sound loud enough, so I'd start lowering it down.
Yeah.
Hearing it, but
It would be an acrobatics check, but it won't be a high difficulty.
I would turn and jump off to come back onto the main thing.
Okay. All right, you can push past. Let's do it. Let's do the acrobatics check.
That is a 13.
13, totally fine. So we'll just say that takes 10 feet of movement, just because it's a little bit of. So there's 2 squares.
And then I guess, can you move me 3 squares and then up 1, 3 squares to the left and then up 1?
So like here?
Yes.
Sure. I think you have another 5 if you want it. Another 5 movement, 5 feet, I mean.
No, I'm good with being there.
Okay. Because Zugarf rolled a natural 20 on his stealth check, Sparkrender is not aware of Zugarf. But I'll give you you and the camera, you get to see a grin, and he goes. He just hops, leaps into the air, just wings unfurled. He takes off into the air. Because Sparkrender goes next. And Ulrich is just at the winch, right? So he's not hiding.
correct.
Yeah. He goes, you brought a friend! And he's going to... 20... 50, 55, 60, and he is a good 30. Let's see. Let's say he's a good 30, 35 feet in the air, and it just goes. Always good to have fresh meat. After Sparkrender goes Zugarf.
I understand that there is no roof.
Correct.
Would I think it possible to basically run across the ledge in an attempt to?
Ooh. Yes, it would be an acrobatics check. I would say not necessarily easy, but probably not too difficult. And a natural one would be real bad. That's all I'll say. But yes, yeah, you see a path. I love this.
All right. I mean, yeah, it's worth it.
I can do that as a reaction.
What is reaction?
Yeah, one reaction. So I can give you guidance to sprint across there.
Oh, I don't know if you could reach me, but if you could, it'd be awesome.
I say let's roll with it. Let's have some fun.
All right. Oh, so I have guidance? Okay.
If he wants to use the reaction, yeah, absolutely.
Nice.
Do it.
I'm doing it.
Do it.
All right. The other thing that you see from Zugarf is he gets real like vascular. His veins start to pop. There's like a faint kind of glow to him. You see his eyes have kind of like changed color. They have this bright yellow, just veins real like popping, and he looks really dehydrated and really motivated, pumped up. Yeah, I would like to rage.
Yes, he does it. He rages.
He took his pre-workout today.
Yeah, he did.
It is Wheaties.
Oh, all right. Wait a second. This is a question.
Yeah.
We've been using like 1D&D stuff partially. Have we been starting every game with initiative, with inspiration, or have you been passing that out like just? I
honestly forgot.
I've
But-
never used mine. I don't know if it's.
I think
supposed to
you can.
inspire
Everyone
again.
can have an inspiration because I've just enjoyed each of you so much.
All right, there we go.
Oh,
I'm trying to stack the edge of my best, you know.
Well, rolling poorly will be bad.
Reckless attack with inspiration.
Okay, I'm going to use my inspiration because my acrobatics was a 7
You're the reason in my life, Josh.
initially. Never been more stressed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
What could go wrong?
all right. So we have.
This does not allow me to use Featherfall as a reaction.
That is
So you
a-
used your reaction already.
It's a 16.
At 16, the DC was 15. So here you
man.
go.
Okay.
I was gonna say it's not easy, but it's not necessarily hard either. So
I rolled a
you're
1 on the D4 and I was like just looking at it like.
okay.
All right. Cool.
That's 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm assuming you're trying to get right up to him, right? 5.
I'd straight up like jump on his back if I can.
Okay. I would say he's a little bit higher than the roof there. Like he's because the thing he came from was 15 feet higher. He and went through that ceiling and then kind of came down a bit. So he is a good 35 feet in the air. And we'll say the wall is in the 20 to 25 foot range. So you're
Okay.
You're
All
able to make an attack, I would say, but I don't. Jumping would be more like you're
it'd be
grabbing at his
much.
legs, kind of a thing.
That's no problem.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. So I'm going to attack him with my claymore.
Is this
And
regular or?
well, here's a question for you.
Yeah.
You told me that because of my natural 20, you didn't see me. So, do I have advantage on this attack because I was hidden?
I'm gonna say no because it wasn't a ranged attack.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But this is a pretty reckless move. If you wanna.
It is a pretty reckless move. Yeah, I'll make a reckless attack.
In
'cause
for a
I gotta
penny.
make sure I
In for
actually
a
hit him.
pound.
That's a natural 20.
Stop it. Well, yeah, that hits.
Guidance.
All right. 36, but I also get another d6 for Divine Fury,
Mm-hmm.
which means that's 66 that I'm rolling if I'm doubling all of my damage dice.
You sure
I have
are.
that right?
Yeah, you do.
All right, let's do this. That is 25 damage. Some of that is radiant. Does that matter?
It does not.
Okay, cool.
25
actually, you know
damage.
what? No, it's 26 damage. Some of it is radiant. All of it is magical.
Right, because of the bonus from
Mhm.
Fontaine. He's just sitting there looking all smug, and then just out of the corner of his eye, he just is like, turns and looks. And you just see this literally like bright-eyed orc just charging with this claymore. This is great. Slams into the side of him, and this just this burst of divine energy just smacks into the dragon. He goes, "Rah!"
And there's like a flash of white
Yeah.
on the sword when it hits him.
Absolutely.
That was a clay most attack.
I do. All right, I think that was all three, if I'm not mistaken.
that'll end my turn.
Yep.
Part of me would like to just fall on the ground, but
Do you want to jump off?
no. I think I've already used my full movement and everything. So whatever consequences I have from this, I'll take. It was worth it.
Okay. All right. Domingo. I'm gonna treat you as prone in terms of getting out of the rebel, so it'll take half your movement too.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I'd be considered melee to heal Breck.
Yes.
I'm gonna use my action I'm gonna try my best to stay in. I'm gonna use my action to touch heal Breck, maybe just grab his leg or something. And I'm gonna cast resistance on him, and I'll basically just whisper over to him and say, "You're the heartbeat of this group, man. We need you at your best."
What is that going to do? That gives him a D4 on a saving throw?
A D4 on saving throws for a minute, I want to say. There you go.
Okay. Just because it is a spell, just roll another stuff.
Once before the spell ends, the target can roll a D4 and add the number rolled to one saving throw. They can roll the die before or after making the saving throw.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, roll a D20 for stealth.
I was just going to say roll another stealth check just because you are casting a spell.
No problem, yeah. It's 7 plus 8, 15.
Okay.
Yep.
Anything else?
That'll be it. I'm gonna keep that again, just until he gets closer, maybe, or until the battlefield situation changes. I'm gonna remain hidden for now.
Yep. That brings us to Heelbrick.
What is the ruling on casting multiple spells in a round?
The quick version is only one of them can be a leveled spell. Cantrip for the other one.
Gotcha.
I think it's more nuanced than that, but that's annoying. It only comes into play with like action surges and weird stuff.
I forgot to add my rage damage to that, by the way, so that's plus another 2.
Ah.
If you want to do it.
We're fine.
We're turned past at this point.
That's fine.
All right, so I am going to, at second level, feeling emboldened by the words of the words of Domingo, I'm going to cast. First of all, how far away am I from Zugarf currently? 5, 10, 15, 20, and he's how far in the air?
He is about between 20 and 25 feet. So
Okay.
25 around and 25 up. 30, 35 feet, I guess. Whatever that math actually
That is 32 feet. So I will move one square closer.
Okay.
Because I have my graphing calculator here to do math.
Oh my
So
god, no, 30, 35 feet, you're good.
It's 32 feet away,
nailed
so
it.
I'll move one step closer, and at second level, I'm going to cast Bless on all of us.
Ooh.
So that will give us plus 1 d4
Bless up.
for all attacks and saving throws for as long as I maintain concentration.
Tight.
Bless is huge. Okay, so you still have plenty of movement and a bonus.
And then I'll take another step forward after casting that. Just casually in my walking away from explosions, walking right up to this guy. I'm going to point at him. I'm going to cast as a cantrip. Oh, wait, hold on. Is this a bonus action? It's not. Never mind. I'm going to point at him.
Okay. Is this the right square? I just want to make sure or you want to go here?
Perfect.
Okay.
I'm going to point at him. And I'm just going to say, you may not hear it now, but soon your funeral bells will ring.
Oh, I see where you're going with this one. I love it.
And then I'm going to just raise my shield, pull out my mace. I'm just gonna get ready to Rochambeau this son of a bitch.
Yeah. All right. That brings us to Fontaine. Not a bad opening round.
So, and you said 35 feet in the air?
Mm-hmm.
Can you move me like 2 diagonal down to the left? Then I'm going to take a shot at him.
Okay.
At disadvantage because it's over 30 feet away.
Ah, that's right.
Yes.
But you had a D4.
Oh, even without that, I'm pretty sure it'd still be a hit. But so I rolled a 15 and a 16 with a +4. But so that would be with the D4, there'd be a 22 to hit.
22 does hit.
And that is 6 necrotic damage.
Okay.
And then I am going to move. Go ahead and move me 3 more spaces down, like down to the left. Yep.
Okay, like down to here?
Yeah.
Okay. Just do the old run.
Yep.
Yeah.
Run and gun.
Oh, yeah. Very nice. Okay. Let me think, what would Spark Render do right here? I think Zugarf is his least favorite right now.
Well, even after that taunt, I'm
Sticks and stones. Oh my gosh, I feel like if I didn't try a pushing attack, I'm just not trying. Yeah, I'm just gonna make sure I understand how this is gonna work. But okay, so contested strength athletics checks.
with the dragon.
Yep.
Easy
bless is what, a D4 on top of that?
This is a skill check, so you don't have that.
Yeah, bless is only for
Attacks and saves.
attacks and saves.
It's a dirty 20 for me.
Okay.
Oh wait, do I add anything special for athletics while I'm raging?
You have advantage on athletics checks.
Yes.
Oh, at least a dirty 20 for me. It is a dirty 20 for me.
That does succeed. He rolled very poorly. And he tries to grab you and just goes, "You pests will not stand in my way. I will claim the might of my ancestors." And then he just tries to fly straight up in the air.
Does he provoke an opportunity attack?
He absolutely is leaving your reach.
Alright, let's do this. Score is 22.
22 hits.
Alright. Now... Okay.
Your rage damage is once per turn, if that's what you're curious about. The special.
Yes. So, yeah, rage damage and Divine Fury. I know rage damage is once per turn. Divine Fury is
actually,
first creature.
Rage damage is every time you hit something. The Divine Fury is once per turn.
Okay. And this is a new round, not a new turn.
Correct.
Okay.
When you go, it'll reset.
Okay. Thank you. That is 13 magical slashing damage. Sorry. It was 12. And then I added the one from Miguel.
Yeah, that looked like it hurt, but he takes off straight up into the air and off the coast a little bit. So he's now about 100 feet above where like everybody but Zugarf is, and also was it 20, 30 feet off the edge there. And he's going to use his action. Oh no, he already used his action, so that's it for him. Zugarf, you go.
He's out of reach from a javelin.
Oh yeah,
Right.
he's like 70 feet higher than you plus 30 feet off the edge. I don't know the javelin's what 20-40? Is it the?
It's 3120,
31?
which seems too much for a javelin, but
Yeah, I guess you could throw it at disadvantage.
You said he was 70 feet higher and 30 feet away?
70 feet higher than him. Yeah, no, you're within 120 feet.
Yeah, he's 76 feet away.
thanks, Nooch.
I got you. 76.2. Don't forget the wind.
That is the problem with the long range toss.
All right. Well, I need to attack to keep my range going. So I'll do that. I'll throw a javelin at him, and we'll just see what happens. I don't expect to hit. I'm not going
You
to
miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
But, yeah, exactly.
As Michael Scott says.
That's an 18. No, it's 17. Now I'm adding Michael's thing when I shouldn't be adding it. That's a 17.
Because it's already baked in, because it is a magical weapon.
Not
It's your
javelin.
attack.
+4 to
It's only on the claymore.
attack.
I do have the +4 to attack.
Oh, that's right.
The plus D4.
So it is
You are blessed.
You
so
still
that's a 21 then.
21 hits.
That's gonna be 12. 12 piercing damage. So, I mean, some of that's radiant, but if it doesn't matter, I'm not.
It doesn't matter. Yeah,
Separate.
it's just
Yeah.
damage is damage here.
Yeah.
Okay. You see the javelin stick in his hide.
I will just kind of give him a little like salute and a wink, and I'm gonna drop down into the room from where I was.
Okay, so this is a larger fall. So
It's
let's
20 feet. I mean, if I have to, I'll like hang and then drop down. But
Okay.
if not, I'm not super worried
let's
about
just
it. However
let's
you
just
wanna
roll an
handle
acrobatics check just in case.
it. It's a natural one.
Is it really?
It's a
I
natural
will
one.
use my free reaction because of who I am to cast Featherfall.
Okay. So you try to do this. You get this idea of doing what you can, and as you go to set, just this one stone that you were just counting on just gives out, and you're like, uh-oh, and you start falling, and then you just whoop, just kind of like gently glide down to the ground and land on your feet.
Very nice. I will look to Heelbrick and just say, well, I don't even know what I'm doing with things. Like my voice is different now in this.
Love it.
But yeah, I'm probably just gonna.
We'll say that took half your movement, just kind of like that.
Okay, let me move to the space that is. If you go down one and then to the left to that like kind of main space. So I guess 1.5 no, up one. Not like on the actual block, or right there is fine too. Whatever. Either way,
Yeah, I don't have it. This isn't fantasy grounds.
that's okay. And I'm good. I mean, great sword up there, claymore at the ready, but I'm good.
Domingo.
I'm gonna draw my short bow, which I haven't used at all this campaign, but I do have on my person, and
Okay.
I'm gonna use half my movement to get up, and I can clearly see him from where I'm standing.
Actually, based on that, you kind of do have a clear shot.
Yeah.
I would say it's half cover, but if you wanted to move up a little bit and kind
Maybe
of
I
get
could-
out of the
maybe
way
I
of the
can-
winch and the doorway.
I was gonna say maybe I can move like into the doorway and kind of
Yeah.
more into the daylight.
Yeah, like that would.
Yeah,
That
I'll
would
do that, and I'll take a shot at him. I think
yeah.
I think I just get the one. I think the 2 attacks he goes for melee, so I'll take a shot. Is this with any kind of advantage since I'm assuming he doesn't know that I'm there?
I mean, he's flying away. I don't. This is a weird rules thing. This isn't your long range.
hang on. It's a short bow.
What are the numbers?
80 feet. 80/320. So.
All right. So he is about 100 feet higher than you.
Gotcha.
Plus, yeah. This is your long range. So.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Plus 45-ish feet away.
Right.
109 feet, 0.6. Rounded up to 0.7.
All right. I'll take a shot regardless.
Yeah.
Is it just a straight roll since he was hitting, or is it still disadvantage for the?
I rolled disadvantage.
I'm gonna just say it's still disadvantage just because the effectiveness of the weapon is too far.
Yeah, it's 11 to hit. I'm sure that it's.
It just undercuts a bit.
You're blessed too.
Yeah, the
that's true.
D4.
Plus D4.
Well, I don't think it'll matter because
No, it's it adds 2.
15.
So yeah.
We know 15 doesn't.
So 13 still misses.
A 13 misses.
Yeah. It's fair.
All right. It's at this point you hear some squeaky noises coming from the tower. Oh boy, here we go.
What's going on?
What was the DC 15?
15.
15.
Like, hold on. Yeah, so the first one runs onto the bridge, and immediately the bridge just snaps and just goes, and he goes, ah! You just hear, he just splashes into the water.
Nice.
Not for him. Not for him.
Can we just yell?
Yeah.
Stay out of this, you'll ruin the ritual.
This one goes, whoa! And then takes out a sling, and seeing Zugarf just whips it around and tries to get Zugarf.
Go ahead.
Goodbye, Quovalman. You'll be missed.
Nope. That's
Or more.
And then the next one behind him does the same thing.
Go ahead.
That's a little bit better. That's a 14.
That's a hit.
14
That's
is
exactly
a hit.
what he needed.
Okay. It's 5 bludgeoning damage, but you are raging, so that's 2. It just smacks up your shoulder, kind of like, what? Like, what? What is this?
I feel like it wasn't even really a rock that he used with this sling. It was like a hard piece of mud. But when it hit, it just kind
That's
of.
what it felt like for you, yeah. Just splat.
Some stale bread.
Yeah. All right. Gilbrick.
Always sending magic on these peons. But I also got rid of my way of getting over there. I will walk on over towards Zugarf.
Okay. Like here?
Another step to the left.
Okay.
Let's see, how far away are they from me?
About 30 feet.
30 feet. That works. I'm going to reach my hand out towards them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just kind of hooked at my belt. I'll reach my hand out towards them in this summoning motion. And I'll just be like, seems a bit dirty where you are. And then I will cast Infestation.
Oh no. What does this do?
So they have to succeed on a Constitution saving throw of 15, and there is a chance
They just
that they
tumble over, right?
that they move in a random direction 5 feet, which in this case would be off a cliff.
Yes, it would. Okay, so the one that's on the edge there,
Correct.
that's 11.
So he fails the save.
Yep. It's both
so
of them or
it's-
just one?
One creature you can see within range.
Okay.
And they fail, so 1d6 poison damage, which is 4 poison damage. And then they move 5 feet in a random direction if it can move and its speed is at least 5 feet. And then I will roll a d4 for the direction. 1 north, 2 south, 3 east, 4 west. That is a 2 to the south.
1 north, 2 south. Okay.
So
And then it just accidentally goes and just falls right over the cliff edge.
What a time to be alive.
You hear a cracking sound followed by a splash.
ooh. Poor guy.
Use the imagination on that one.
That's
All
my
right.
turn.
That's your turn. Okay, back to the top of the round with Fontaine.
Can I see the dragon?
Yeah, no, he's definitely high enough.
I'm gonna slide on over my crossbow, and I'm gonna take a disadvantage shot at him.
Go for it. Bless does a lot to overcome that, I tell you.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Just because it's funny, I literally rolled 2 nat 1s. Not 1, 2 nat 1s. My own no dice and a nat 1. I'm like...
Well, yeah.
And Jesus said unto thee, not
Yeah.
Thou
today.
shalt miss.
RNGesus right here.
Mhm.
I'm gonna say that Bless isn't gonna help with that. So.
No, it will not. That's a miss no matter what.
Go ahead and move me like 5 over to the right and then 1 up.
5 squares.
Yes, please.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like here
Yeah.
or this
Yes. Yeah, to that one.
one? Okay. All right.
And that'll end my turn.
Okay. All right. We've got another grouping to come in. You hear, the boss needs help. And over the top, or coming out from the top, you see two winged kobolds come flying over. One goes right over the top. One is carrying a rock and goes right over the top of Ulbrich, and the other goes right over the top of excuse me, Zugarf. So they are a good 25 feet above each of you. They drop rocks on you. The one that goes after the Ulbrich, probably not going to do it. That is a 14. I think you're muted. I think you said 15, though. I read your mouth correctly.
I said just misses, but yes,
Yeah,
also
okay.
15.
Yeah. All right. And then the other one goes
Made.
after Zugarf. Oh, this is going to hit. So 16 plus. Let's hit the barbarian with more bludgeoning damage. Another 5 reduced to 2. He's like, you're still hitting my temp, yo.
Still dropping loaves of bread.
Mm-hmm. That's going to be it for them. And then, let's see here. Let me just think of the 3-dimensional picture I'm looking at. Yeah, he's going to circle around. And he actually dips down below, and you can't see where he is at this point. Zugarf.
These things are 20, 25 feet off the ground, or 20, 25 feet above our heads?
Off the ground. So they're within 20 feet of you, if that matters for...
How tall does this the statue thing in the middle. How is that? How tall is that?
I don't know if it specifies. Let me see.
All right. Well, how about I just tell you what I want to do?
Okay.
If that's easier, whatever
I like that.
So I'd like to essentially just run up to that, use it as a stepping stool. If I could just stand on it and hit the one that's above Heelbrick, I'll do that. If I need to jump off of it and make an attack while I'm jumping, I'll do that. But,
I like the jump idea.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that then.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do you want me to roll?
An attack.
Just a regular attack?
Yeah.
Okay. It's an 18 before I add anything, so I'm assuming that's a...
Yeah, yep, you're just fine.
All right. That is 19 damage.
What do you do to this poor winged kobold?
I'd like to just take like its left wing off, because I'm going kind of like in that kind of motion. Left wing off, as well as like it's part of the arm from the shoulder, so that it just kind of like, smacks into something and falls on the ground, whatever you want.
There you go. I love it. All disoriented. All right, so we'll say you kind of like leapt forward a bit to do that.
How much movement do I have left?
We have 15 feet.
15 feet? Okay. I'm gonna go... The square that is... the first full square that is above the thing in the middle of the room. Does that make sense? Like it's not touching it? So like one above this? That.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll hang out there.
Okay. All right, sounds good. After Zugarf goes Domingo.
So there's one left in this room? One kobold left?
Yes, and one across the bridge.
Across the bridge. I'll take a step forward, I guess to the left. Grid. And with my short bow still drawn, I'll train my archery skills and I'll take a shot at the remaining one in this chamber.
Yeah, go for it.
It's 15 to hit.
15 hits.
That's 10 damage.
10 damage, yeah. This thing like dropped the stuff, saw its friend die, and all of a sudden this thing just like a pincushion just poof, and just like knocks him across the room. Yeah.
I think we should get in the pest control business after this.
You guys are doing pretty good, yeah.
Certainly easier than fighting dragons.
After that,
I don't know. It's been pretty easy so far, but I don't want to jinx ourselves.
I'll use some movement to flank Fontaine. I'll go underneath Fontaine, I guess, on the grid.
Like here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, that's my turn.
All right. After Domingo goes, you see this guy goes, "Those are my friends," and takes out his sling and goes after Heelbrick. Okay, natural 18's probably gonna do the trick. That's 4 bludgeoning damage.
Fun question. How far away is he? Just
35 feet.
35?
Yeah.
I think this is only good for 30 feet. 30 feet. Shoot. All right. So 4?
4 bludgeoning damage, yes.
Okay. I was going to use Warding Flare.
Like, roll that again, nerd.
I was like, I've got 5 times and I don't use it.
Which actually does... Actually, no, he's also going to take a few steps back after seeing what you did to his friend. And now you go, Heelbrick.
So he's taking a step back, the bridge isn't there, so that's inconsequential. Zugarf, did you see anything up in the chamber that may indicate what he's up to?
Who's eating fish? There were 4 statues. That's
yeah. I mean, I was anticipating it being like a short thing. What did we figure that? How far can I jump? 5, 10, 15?
Oh, with the spell?
No, just in general. I can.
Are you looking at high jump or long jump?
Long jump.
Long jump is you can jump a number of feet up to your strength score. As long as you get 10 or more feet of movement.
So it's 18. How far is this gap between towers?
To get to where the kobold is?
You betcha.
I love it.
You'll have to trust me.
It's pretty much right there.
It's about 18 feet.
It is.
Let's do it, baby.
Here we go.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Light feet.
1, 2, 3, 4, 6. You land right on the edge. You might do like a little bit of like a and it took all your movement to do that. But here you are.
Okay with it.
Here you are.
I am A-okay with that.
A very impressive feat of strength.
Hell yeah, I'm about it. All right. And I'll cast Produce Flame and be like, I'm feeling hot tonight, and I'll throw it at him. So that's a +7. 60 + 7 is 20. Bunch. 23.
23. Yeah. You're good.
So that's a D8. 8 damage.
Yeah. What happens to this poor kobold?
So
Is that your whim?
a sprint jump across land. I'm like, hoo, bad luck for you. And I just toss this fireball, hits him right in the chest, and just.
Yeah, he just collapses onto the ground whilst on fire.
Just singed.
Yep. All right. Bonus action?
No, I'm good.
All
I
right.
don't really have any. I mean, the only bonus action I really have is spiritual weapon, and
Yeah.
not
Fontaine.
worth it.
I don't know. I want to go where the crank is,
Okay.
and I'm going to ready an action with my pistol.
Okay.
Where if I see Spark Render, I'm going to take a shot at him.
Okay. Sounds like a plan to me.
And that's all I'm going to do for now. Turn, I should say.
Okay. You hear like just this, like what sounds like something heavy hitting rock. But it's not like up against. I would say only Fontaine. Actually, definitely not Hulbrick. Let's give Zugarf and Domingo perception checks to hear.
15.
Sorry, I was muted. 18.
Yeah, so the three of you hear some kind of heavy object hitting rock. Fontaine, you can tell that it's not something hit the bigger island farther away. And Zugarf, you go.
That platform that's there. I know it wasn't all the way up. Like, if I wanted to get to that room, would I be able to kind of like run and jump onto the platform and go? Or I don't know how far up it was or anything like that.
Just for game mechanics terms, we'll say it's the base of it is 10 feet high. I think it's a 15-foot thing, so it went up most of the way.
Okay, so So I
the high
could
jump
pretty.
is a number of feet equal to 3 plus your strength modifier. So you could grab an extra 6 or 7 feet of length high jump.
3 plus my strength, yeah, it'd be 6 feet. Okay, so I wouldn't be able to.
You could definitely
like,
grab onto it, and then you could grab the base of it and try to pull yourself up if you wanted.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm gonna move basically to that opening. Do I see anything looking out either side of that?
No.
Okay.
Man, make a perception check. Let's just.
That is a 19.
19. Off to the left, you see how there's like rubble, like up here.
Yeah.
You think maybe a stone kind of just like falls and hits the ground, or like it falls into the water.
How far? All right. Let me tell you what I have access to. Let me tell you what I want to do. Let me know if it's realistic. If I use Adrenaline Rush, I could dash as a bonus action. So, I mean, with the rest of my movement, do I think I'd be able to get to there? Or would it be? Would I be?
Are you just jumping to the rock? Is that where you're?
Jumping to the rock, going to the platform, and then going to the rock. Whatever I have to do to get to where I need to be. If I think it makes more sense to get into that top room and then try to climb down, I wouldn't be opposed to that either. I'm not sure what I would be able to do with the movement that I have. So that's kind of what I'm.
Yeah, I don't necessarily think I understand what you're trying to do. Are you trying to run along the wall top like last time?
I'd run along the not the wall top, the rocks on the bottom. If that's where I think he is.
I just think you saw a rock kind of move and hit the water, like kind of just out of the corner of your eye. So like I don't know if you necessarily feel confident you know exactly what that means, but
okay. All right, so I'll continue just trying to climb into this room then.
All right, so we'll say you're able to jump up and easily grab the thing. So let's just make an athletics check, which I think you're still raging at advantage. Pull yourself up.
Natural 17.
Yeah. So you pull yourself up right on top, and I think that gets you about your movement now. But I think you said you have your adrenaline rush as a.
Yeah, I'll use my bonus action to adrenaline rush.
Okay.
What are there like windows or anything in this room? How tall are how tall are the walls?
The walls are a little taller. They're maybe like 15, 20 feet high, with some jagged like stained glass along that's been like since broken.
Okay.
So yeah. There's like iridescent colors that kind of shimmer across like crumbled marbled walls.
Would I be able to stand on top of one of the statues to get a better look?
Yeah, we'll say like this statue, you think you might be able to get a look out. Like if you're looking to trying to like look over this way?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what it would be 10, 15, 20. Yeah, you could probably use the rest of your movement between that and climbing to get to the top of the statue.
Okay.
If you want.
I'll get to the top of the statue.
Yeah, let's do that.
Do I see anything?
Make a perception check.
Okay. Whew, it's my third.
A lot, I know.
That's a 19 again.
Yeah, you're not sure.
Really? Okay.
Mm.
All right. So
it's also like you're kind of standing and like you're like the vantage point isn't great.
Part of me wants to do something really stupid, but I'll wait. All right. So I'm just gonna pull out another javelin and ready and in action. If I see him, even if he seems like like you might be a little bit too far, I'll use my reaction to kind of not rage, to throw the javelin at him.
Gotcha. All right, after Zugarf goes Domingo.
Okay, I'm gonna do something that's a little out there. I'm gonna cast Thaumaturgy. About 30 feet, I guess, in the direction that I assumed he went. You know, where I last saw him anyway. I saw him going.
Okay.
And I'm gonna do the booming voice and just basically yell out, "Hey, Fartfester, you better come back here and fight us, unless you want the history books to remember you as a coward." That's it.
So you hear that echo into the wind.
Yeah.
Pretty ominous sounding, actually.
That's it.
Okay.
I don't have eyesight on this. Yeah.
All right. Gilbrick.
Okay. What do I see around me now that I'm in this other area?
I said it looks pretty DM. It looks pretty kobold lived in.
Sure.
It looks like things could very much use some cleaning, but this looks just like, I don't know, like you see some animal carcasses around. Just, you know, food and refuse. There's really kind of gross.
Okay, but I don't see like a chest or like
No.
space where maybe one would keep a key.
You do not, no.
Okay, but I do see a staircase.
There's a staircase, yes.
I will start heading up the staircase.
Okay. See another stairs going up. Continue.
Keep going.
4, 5, there we go. And then you just look,
I
it looks
have
like,
35 feet of movement.
okay, do you want to take one more step in?
Yeah, I'll take one more step to the
Okay.
like up towards that edge there. Look out, see if I can see anything, you know, see what's on this platform with me.
Yeah. I would say make a perception check.
Yeah. Great at these. Some would say the best. 21.
21. You don't see Sparkrender anywhere,
Okay.
and you're just trying to see if you see anything. Was your attention was out there more
Yeah,
than
just
inward?
looking for movement, reactions, things that, you know.
Yeah, you don't. You take that moment to like.
Yeah. No splashes in the water, no
Yeah.
wisps of tail.
I would say that would be the search action, I guess. So
Yeah, that's
you have
fine.
a bonus if you want.
Nope. And there's nothing on this like little platform with me either. Just
It looks like perhaps you're in like where they sleep. But since you
okay.
said your attention was more outward, I thought that would be your.
yeah, no, it was more outward, but just like a cursory like
Yeah.
as far as like my surroundings coming up the stairs.
Nothing specific does jump out at you as like you're looking for another key or whatever.
It's not my present concern, but if there was something that was like chestish, I would definitely look in there. But okay, cool. That'll satisfy my turn.
Okay. Back to the top with Fontaine.
I guess I'm gonna ready an action again to shoot him if I see him. I'm gonna stay here.
Okay.
That'll end my turn.
End your turn. I swear this is legit. Sparkrender did roll a natural 20 on his stealth check. Literally the only reason why you guys didn't see him. Because you're both between
Most impressive.
literally, I swear I'm not fudging.
No one thinks you are.
Nope.
But from behind Domingo, flying up over the ledge, we'll say, I'm gonna have him land first, but you will get your thing. It's just the stealth situation. He lands, and he just says, "What'd you call him, Ricky?
Fartfester, I think."
He goes, "Fartfester." And then out comes a line of lightning into the two of you guys. So I'm gonna need dexterity saving throws.
Plus a D4.
Plus a D4.
Well, what's good? It's plus 2, 17, plus 1, 6, 23.
23 is a success. Yeah. That succeeds against an ancient dragon. Go ahead, Fontaine. I think you're muted. What'd you say?
16.
The 16 also succeeds. So 15.
Let's for the win.
So 15 plus 7 is 22. So you each take 11 lightning damage. And that certainly gets your attention. And Fontaine, if you'd like to use your ready action to shoot.
Thank you.
I need to roll for my cannon as well, don't I?
What do you mean?
My cannon's
Oh.
on me.
What? Yes. Does that do saves?
I don't know.
Does it have like AC and hit points?
I mean, it does. If make a ability check or saving throw, treat all its ability scores as 10. It's immune
Okay,
to poison
so
damage,
then-
psychic damage, and all conditions, but it doesn't say anything about lightning.
So yeah, just roll a dex save, or just a d20 again.
What happens if it fails?
18. Hallelujah.
18. All right, it takes 11 lightning damage.
It is still alive.
There you go.
It had
A little
15.
robot bobbing and weaving out there.
Sparking a little bit.
Got a little R2.
It's supercharged now, so now you get 2.
Exactly.
Yes. The best part about it is you guys had 10 temporary hit points, so like that barely scratched either of you.
And you've got to be kidding me. If I roll another natural 1 for an attack.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Yeah,
Anyway.
yeah. The shot. You're just trying too hard not to hit Domingo. It happened very quick and from a direction you weren't expecting, and that's just what it is. That's gonna be back to Zugarf.
So,
You definitely hear lightning and craziness happening.
so I mean, I had readied the action to throw javelin. Do I have the opportunity to do that with all that noise and everything? Even if he's got 3/4 cover, I'd still throw it. If I thought I saw him, I would still throw it,
I'm just
even if
thinking
it's
about line of
100%
sight.
chance of a miss.
Maintain that rage, buddy.
I just don't think you'd be able to see him. I think you'd see tons of light, but I think between you being out, well, I just don't think you'd see him.
I'm like way taller than the other roofless building.
Yeah, but there's also a floor there. It's 15 feet lower. Sure, 3/4 cover and at disadvantage because of your.
Okay. That's
plus a D4.
I don't even care to add anything to it. I would rather it be a miss. I just don't want to lose my rage is the only thing. But it is, yeah, I'm not gonna add plus to that. It's a 12.
Well, okay, actually, what are the conditions that your rage ends? Is it before the start of your next turn, or before your next turn
Your rage
ends?
ends early if you are knocked unconscious, or if your turn ends and you haven't attacked a hostile creature since your last turn or taken damage since then.
Since your last.
Oh, since your last turn. So it doesn't. Well, wait. No. Your turn ends and you haven't.
So the turn before you attacked the winged kobold, so that's fine. Then the next turn, so it's like yeah, I think your rage ended last turn, unless I'm misinterpreting that.
Yeah, I guess readied actions kind of gets weird with that, but okay.
To be fair,
Alright.
you have
Yeah.
more than one.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Okay, all right. So let's. So How far can I get down there using my full movement?
Which is 30 feet.
Which is 30 feet.
And is adrenaline rush it's not factored in?
Not yet.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can get to the platform 5, and then you'd have. I'd say you could jump down, and then that would be your full movement. You'd get to the base of the floor there.
Okay. Bummer. All right. Well, I will. I'll use. I guess I'm still better off raging. Fortunately. Yeah, I'm gonna rage again.
Are you jumping down? Is that what you wanted to do, or you wanted to stay on the platform? I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, I'll jump down.
Okay. I just hadn't moved you there because I wasn't sure.
Yes. Yeah. Sorry. I didn't vocalize that. So I'll make a reckless attack and throw a javelin out.
Okay.
Glad that was reckless.
Add a D4.
Sure. 15. 16. Oh, I think that's a miss.
Second level spell, you goddamn better at a D4.
A 16 just misses.
Oh,
That's important information, though.
It sure is.
it is important information. Yeah, because I don't have +1. All right, yeah, that's my turn.
All right. After Zugarf goes Domingo.
I'll take 2 swipes at him. He's right there.
Okie dokie.
It's 14
14
plus,
misses.
sorry.
Oh.
14 on the die. Sorry, my brain kind of short circuited.
Well, you have more than a +3, right?
Yeah,
You're good.
+6. So 20, 30, 20.
You hit, sir.
That's 2 of these sneak attack because of my rakish audacity.
Ooh,
So
how does that
2
work?
So if
Oh, one-on-one, right?
if it's 1v1 and it's melee range,
That's
and I'm not
good.
at disadvantage, I still get sneak attack.
That's cool.
Yeah, so that's 8 plus 4 to hit, so that's 12.
12 damage, nice.
And then with dagger, that's an 18 to hit.
18 hits.
That's 3 damage.
3 damage, okay.
So 15 total.
So I would say, particularly Zugarf, because he's gotten the most up close and personal. He looked pretty rough when he was flying away, and he doesn't look great now, but he does look a little better.
Interesting. Yeah. So I've taken those 2 strikes, and I will. I can leave his range without incurring an attack of opportunity as part of my. Hang on.
Rakish Audacity thing?
It's the other one. Fancy footwork. During your turn, if you make a melee attack against a creature, that creature can't make an opportunity attack for you for the rest of the turn.
Well, there you go.
So I am going to book it to the left of the grid. Let's end there. That's fine.
That was 6 squares.
Yeah, and I'll just say, well, nobody sneaks up on me like that, so consider me shocked. Hard face.
There you go.
And that'll be my turn.
Hulbrick, I don't think you could have seen what happened, and except for flashes of light, but you definitely know the direction of the things that are going on.
Is there a roof where I am?
I would say a broken one.
Okay,
like you're kind of like
to the
looking
south
out.
of me is a wall.
Yes.
Damn. Because I was 100% gonna just run and jump off of the ledge and shoot for the opening. And it was gonna
Aim
be
for the
real
bushes.
cool. It was gonna be a real cool superhero moment, but I guess I'll run down the stairs like some kind of peasant.
1, 2, 3. We'll give you a corner spot. 4, 5. If you use your action to dash, you would be able to jump across. Because even though you can jump, that's
do.
Yeah, as I say, because it does still consume movement. Though, so
Yeah, so I'll do that.
No.
So that brings my total movement to 70 feet.
Yeah, so this is 45. So you still have what, 25?
Okay.
25 feet.
And then I'll move like maybe like 2 squares towards the little like mechanism.
Like 1, 2.
Perfect.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna cast spiritual weapon.
Oh, there you go, baby.
So that is my.
I'm just gonna give you a bigger crystal for that.
What should my spiritual weapon be? My spiritual weapon is going to be a mace, but at the head, where the spiked ball is, it's going to be like a sun instead. So
nice.
It's kind of like the rays are kind of coming out as spikes and that whole thing. And I'm going to.
I say you can make an attack too, can't you?
Make an attack with it.
Yeah.
Testing.
Here comes the sun.
Still a pretty good hero moment, if you ask me.
Yeah. 21 to hit.
Yes, that'll do it.
Which will do it. And then a D8 plus 5. 7 plus 5 is 12 damage.
Ooh. He's starting to look like he did a little bit before he left. And that's all 3 for Healbreak, so that brings us to Fontaine Fire Orb.
And on that note, Fontaine runs and jumps into the sea. No, I'm just kidding.
He's like, it's been fun, guys. I'm out.
I am out
I
of here.
too would like to jump around.
No, actually, he's gonna cast Chromatic Charge.
Yeah.
And he's gonna cast Fire. But it does look a little bit different this time because you actually see his eyes are glowing red. And it's like fire coming out of his eyes as you see him take aim.
Yeah, it is.
And he's gonna take another shot.
Who said that's hot?
I
Yeah, you did.
Oh, there we go. That right there is a dirty 24. I forgot to add that.
Yep, 24 hits.
Casual 24.
All right. So that is 10 fire damage and 7 necrotic damage.
Fontaine. Fire Orb. Please describe how you finish Spark Render. Blue Dragon.
I think you kind of like see Spark Render just kind of like looking all around because he sees Domingo run this, over to the left, and then he sees Heelbrick, jumping over, coming over, and then getting hit by the mace, and then he kind of it turns back towards Fontaine, and just Fontaine lines up the shot. You see his eyes glowing red, and as he pulls the trigger, it's just kind of almost not lasers, but it kind of just shoots out of his eyes as well. Again, following the bullet, just hitting Spark Render right just in the neck, and it just kind of burrows in. You see purple just kind of and then a ton of fire just sizzling and just fries him.
Down he goes.
Let's go.
Down goes Frazier.
Nice.
So a steaming blue dragon carcass now sits there, and the sound of the waves is just happens. It's like this weird, as if all of that didn't happen. It's like an odd
surreal kind of
moment here.
feeling.
Yeah, it's like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Zugarf's rage ends, and he pats Fontaine on the shoulder and just says, "I think he has the hots for you."
Everyone has a million inspiration. I'm too generous with my inspiration. All you have to do is make it fun.
It's true. We know what buttons to push.
Yeah, you do.
I think I found the name for my pistol. It's Sparky.
Okay.
Cute. I'll walk over to Zugarf. And I'll just place my hand on his shoulder. Say, you did well. You controlled it. And I'm proud of you. I'm proud of all of us.
At that point, you actually hear like a kind of like a thud coming from the big tower, the tall tower.
Oh, I overcooked the shark.
Do.
Burnt the shark. Do.
That actually was Kim's idea.
Nice.
Because I was like, I wanted to change how you guys found it, and I was like, what did the blue dragon do? And she's like, eating barbecue. I was like, okay,
Perfect.
Barbecue what? And she's just like, a shark. I was like, that's perfect.
Yeah.
It really was.
Yeah. I was like, because it's terrifying, but if I make it funny, it hits both.
Yes.
Just, I'm a big fan.
Mhm. So yes, you hear that thud.
I suppose I'll ready my weapons.
I'll go check it out.
Yeah. I was like,
If anyone wants to go up there too, I'll
I'll go up as well.
I'll put like my hand out, like hand on hand, give people like a foot up if they need it.
Your goal is to get all four of you up here.
yeah.
You're up there. You did it.
What's the thud?
You don't see anything different.
Statues are all intact.
Statues are all intact, yeah.
Wonder if there's anything underneath.
You hear like a low, grumbly sound and another thud. And now that you're standing there,
It does sound like it's coming from
it
under
does
us.
sound, yeah.
Does it look like the statues can rotate at all?
I was gonna say, yeah.
You want to try and move one?
Yes.
While
It
he's
does.
trying to do that, oh, never mind.
It does move?
It does move, yeah. I mean, it takes a little effort, but it moves.
It seemed like it's supposed to move.
It does. Like it actually looks like there's a solid base,
They're
and then
on a
on
swivel.
top of it, there's like
Mhm.
yeah.
Does the floor match the little clock thing in the center of the other room at all?
Just give me a perception check.
18, I believe. Perception +5. Yes, 18.
Okay, so you see Fontaine do this, and you're like, that's interesting. And you kind of look, and you see that there are the grooves in the floor, but you also just a quicker, or I should say, a closer look. You think that if that one is facing a certain direction, the southeast area of the room, it looks like it's kind of more settled into that direction.
Almost like each statue has like an alignment, like they can face.
Then you look at the other three.
They settle into a certain location.
You look at the other three, and they seem to be in a similar direction. Do you kind of notice this? Yeah.
Seems as if they all have a set orientation. And I'll kind of shift the one till it settles into it. Kind of like show them what it looks like. Be like,
I'll go to one of the statues and do the same. Try.
Yeah.
Same.
As
I feel.
Yeah, as the final one kind of settles into place, there's like a semicircular section at the center of the room of the floor begins to glow. And as the glowing stops, it reveals a descending spiral staircase in the middle of the room. You hear, "Hello? Let me out of here." Please help me.
I'm assuming it's dark down there. I'm going to cast light.
I have dark vision. I also have light, so we can do both.
For the humans. Or for the human.
It's okay, I can walk into things.
I love it.
I don't even think I have dark vision, honestly. I'm going to cast light.
I feel like
I'm going to walk down.
A dog should.
A dog would. Yeah.
All right. Stale air, heavy with the smell of old parchment, floods your nostrils. The walls of this room are lined with shelves stuffed full of old tomes and yellowing scrolls. Glass cases toppled over and shattered have strewn their contents across the stone floor. The sound of splintering wood echoes through the space, and a moment later you see an agitated and wounded bronze dragon the size of a bear, picking himself up from the wreckage of the old desk that he apparently has crashed into. Kind of like weakly looks up. Looks, I would say in size comparison to Sparkrender. Similar like length, but looks very thin, very like not as muscular or fit. Thank you so much. Have you defeated the blue dragon?
I'll lay a hand on him and cast Cure Wounds. And say, Runara has been very worried about you.
As you mention Runara's name, his head bows and you see his brow furrow in sadness. And his eyes look up to meet yours. Similar color to Runara's. A little, I think I said Runara has green eyes. These are shifting a little bit more yellowy, but very sincerely looks as if there could be tears in his face. I let her down.
He gets 12 hit points back. And I'll say, No one's bit let down.
Is Sparkrender still out there? If he is, you need to be careful.
We've taken out Sparkrender.
I thought that might have been what happened.
I'm glad we were able to find you.
I am Adron. I am very grateful you found me. Sparkrender was planning some kind of ritual. He was hoping to release our ancestor spirits to give him power of some kind.
Is there anything you know of this ritual? Can it still take place, or does someone need to oversee the actions?
He planned on sacrificing me to fulfill it.
Is there a way to release them without granting anyone power or killing anyone? So this doesn't happen again. And again. And again.
I am not familiar with what might do that, but not spilling my blood would help, or the blood of another dragon. Perhaps Runara would have more information on it.
Well, hopefully taking out Sparkrender doesn't constitute a sacrifice, causing who knows what on a ritual that we don't quite understand. Is there anything that you overheard while you were here?
We fought. He overcame me. Threw me down here. Sometimes muffled things, strikes of lightning. But not much.
Looking around the room, is there anything like on these desks or anything like that? Like,
Yeah, there definitely are. I mean, this is the picture isn't that great, but it's a whole library of information in here. In the corner, actually, would your detect magic still be up?
I don't think so, because I think it's concentration, so it would
So it's
have
10
gone away
minutes,
with
right?
blessed.
Yeah, okay.
Right.
You see actually in the corner, kind of above the desk up top here, you see there's a very fine looking axe kind of like leaning against it. And then they're just on the desks themselves, there's just books and some scrolls and things like that.
Grab the axe. Okay, no.
Mm-hmm.
Are you hurt at all?
My wounds will be fine. I appreciate your healing touch. He just kind of like looks over at you and just says, "You a servant of Lathander?"
As best as I can be.
Kind of smiles a knowing glance. Forgive me, I would like to smell the air. Be salt air.
I'm so sorry. Of course, I'm sure you'd love to be out of here.
Just kind of like a young, gangly, awkward looking dragon just kind of goes up the spiral staircase, and you just hear him go, Just inhale and breathe. He just kind of sits for a moment. You see his tail just kind of hanging there, but so he hasn't left. He's just up in the room above.
There's leftover shark if you're hungry.
Oh.
Did he seem genuine, or did he seem like he's trying to double cross us and this was his whole plan so that he can gain maximum power?
Roll an insight check.
I'm saying we kill him either way.
We killed one dragon, we can kill another. 13 plus insight is 5, so 18 total.
He seems genuinely sorrowful for his actions, and
Okay.
you sense no deception.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to look around for a key if no one else is doing anything. Because I want to find that other bridge key.
You don't find a key, but you do find a spell scroll of Hold Person. Sorry, my mind stopped for a second. What looks like a more fine book that might have some, might be a spell book.
Shall we?
Shall.
Heading back up. Or what? Go ahead, Josh. What were you?
I was just gonna say we could head back up, but I was just gonna say we still have the jump scroll. So.
Yep.
And this dragon wants to work for his food. You could have him take us
Fly us across. I've also found out that I can jump almost 20 feet.
Very crazy. Okay. And I also will say that while you're in this room, this actually, I thought the treasure hoard was down here. The treasure hoard is in this room. You see in one of the corners, there's just large piles of coins. A bunch of copper and silver is most of it, but there is some gold mixed in there. Someone wants to write it down. We've got 4,500 copper, 2,200 silver, and 130 gold. There are 10 gems, 5 pale blue quartz crystals, worth 10 gold pieces each, and 5 blue jasper stones, worth 50 gold each. There's also a waterproof leather case that holds a blue silk fan painted with powdered blue gems, worth about 25 gold. And then you also see a crude flute, an hourglass filled with sparkling sand, and a set of 7 candlesticks.
7 candlesticks.
How many colored dragons are there?
I'm sorry?
How many different colored dragons are there?
In the other room, the effigies?
No, just colors in general.
Oh, I think it's 5 chromatic, 5 metallic.
Okay.
Sounds right.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if maybe it was 7.
But it was the flute, the 7 candlesticks, and what was the you said 3 in a row.
Hourglass.
Oh, an hourglass with sparkling sand.
Okay, so you guys got it. All right.
I think Nooch has it written down.
I think I've got everything. 4,500 copper, 2,200 silver, 130 gold, 10 gems. 5 of them are pale blue quartz, 10 gold each. 5 jasper, 50 gold each.
Yep.
Blue silk fan worth 25 gold. A crude flute, hourglass with sparkly sand, and 7 candlesticks.
You got it.
Nice.
Plus magic axe, a spell scroll of hold person, and a possible spell book from downstairs.
I would say, as far as this room is concerned, you probably feel good about your search efforts.
Fontaine, does any of this appear to be bear any markings of your colleague, your
Great question.
friend, acquaintance?
No.
You recognize that it's arcane magic, but
Yeah, I would have thought maybe the spell book.
I'll hand him the book and the scroll. I'll give both of those over to Fontaine.
He accepts them.
it's weird because artificers prepare spells like clerics do, but he's the arcane guy, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's like,
I mean, I'm more deity based,
Right.
Yep.
and I don't know where Domingo gets his magic from. It just seems like he's got it. So
Mingo's trying to figure that out himself.
Zugar's secret is that he's always angry.
pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't notice much over by the kobolds' quarters, but I also wasn't looking very hard. There's also that 4th tower that we can check out.
I'm assuming you guys move into the central room.
I'm gonna ask the dragon if he's up to helping us get across the way to the south.
Of course. How can one of you? I think I can take one of you at a time, but
We would appreciate it.
So one by one, bring you across.
Is there any space for us on that little
As I say, it's pretty cramped. It's pretty.
I was thinking the same thing.
It's an outhouse.
It's a
everywhere.
magic outhouse.
This is where arcane makes poo. Yeah, so you somehow, it's tight squeeze, but you get in there.
Group hug.
Okay, so the rhythm of the waves below echoes throughout this cramped tower. Part of the floor is crumbled away, dropping off into a chamber below. Amid the rubble, collapsed bookcases jut out at odd angles, and moldering books are strewn across the floor.
I would like look at the books, but I don't know if there'd be anything that would like stick out at me. Like I wouldn't be like going through them. It'd be more of just kind of like a quick skim.
Yeah, I'm not
He's
gonna
looking
make.
for first edition of the Lusty Argonian Maid.
Hey, baby.
First editions only. Okay.
Yes. I'm not even gonna make you roll for that because there's no penalty associated with failure. Pretty much everything you find does look like it's just awful, but there is one small black journal that seems to have an ornate lock that kind of remains intact. And actually, Fontaine, just give me a perception check.
Left of warding.
That is a 17.
17. You do actually also notice a very small arcane rune engraved above the keyhole on the journal's lock.
Do I know what the rune means?
Give me an arcana check.
18.
Guidance.
18 is good enough. It is a little magical trap, so you'd have to be careful. But you also know that just all you have to do is, instead of trying to open it, just scratching the rune out with some kind of implement would take care of it. But only Fontaine knows this, and I see the gears turning in your mind.
Yeah, I was tempted to hand it to Domingo to open up, but I'll scratch out the rune first, and then ask him if he can pick the lock to it.
Right. Give me a thieves' tools check if you're proficient. Assuming you try.
Granted, having said that, I actually have thieves too.
There you go.
Why not have artificers even have tools?
Go for it.
You need thieves' tools to magically create tools. Makes no sense.
Yep.
That's funny.
Because doesn't a thieves' tool kit contain a mirror on a stick and
there's a whole bunch of
picks?
fun things, yeah.
Yeah.
A little crowbar.
I mean, actually, I guess I'll try to pick it.
Yeah, go for it.
Guidance.
It is an 18.
Yeah, pretty simply, just pops right off.
Nicely done.
Thank you.
Inside, as you just flip through it, the journal seems to contain star maps and notes on experiments with magic. One passage is underlined near the start of the journal, and it reads in an archaic dialect of Common, "To ye 4 scholars, point your eyes toward the dragon's light, for it guides your descent into knowledge."
Oh, we already figured that out.
Sure did. And then, what's everybody's passive investigation?
It's
Mine's
10 plus modifier, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
12.
That's a 10, baby.
mine is a
11.
15.
11. That's not very roguelike. But...
Yeah, so Fontaine, you also notice that there looks like there's a loose brick in the northwest wall. And if you
I'll
the brick out?
pull the brick out. Let's see what's
Towel falls.
there's a hidden compartment in there that contains, and it has a beautiful label that says "Potion of Resistance Lightning." and a pouch containing 10 gold.
Hey.
That's fine.
This could have come in handy 10 minutes ago.
Pretty much.
Those 10 hit points, though, came in clutch.
Yeah. All right. Anything else you want to do in this room?
Doesn't
No.
seem like it.
All right. You're back in the middle.
Do we think it's worth a more in-depth look at the kobold sleeping quarters? It didn't seem like there was much of really anything going on. But we can also just head back and... Well, hold on. Is the dragon body still in this room?
It is, yes.
Okay, good.
It's just gone. You're like, whoa.
Can I chop its head off? I was thinking about this when we were underground before.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't Fontaine shoot his head off?
Oh yeah, never mind.
Well, yeah, I mean, it kind of did. Like, I mean, there might have been a little bit connected left.
Nah,
If you want to complete it, it's kind of like a nearly headless Nick, sort of in a way.
No, that's acceptable. I forgot about that. That's fine.
I'm sure you could harvest some teeth or a horn or something.
I would like to take a scale.
Easy
just
enough
need
to
one,
do.
but-
Easy enough, yeah.
I will also take a scale. And a canine if I could get it.
What?
Dog? I didn't see any dogs here.
Tooth.
Got that dog in him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, with Adron in tow, our heroes returned victorious to Dragon's Rest. Runara is pleased by the Bronze Wormling's safe return, and as a reward, she gives you each an exquisite pearl worth 100 gold pieces, and says that you are welcome to stay at Dragon's Rest as long as you wish, and any kind of supplies that you need, you are furnished with until and when you decide to leave the island. She is saddened at the death of Sparkrender, but she understands what happened and holds no grudges or anything like that towards you guys.
I let her know that he was in fact a coward until the very end, but the history books sure reflect that.
He kind of just has like a fair enough kind of a response to that. I think with that, unless you guys have any fun little thing you want to do, I'd like to leave it open-ended and not fill in any blanks just to see what happens with this group of heroes.
I think I'd like that as well.
Yeah.
I'm down to clown.
Well, congratulations.
Always some more pests to exterminate.
And now we're rich.
Oh, you know what? You know what? I'm sorry. There is one thing, and I meant to do it at the end of last session, and then I meant to do it at the beginning of this session. I kept forgetting. I even messaged Ricky about it. So, towards the end of the last session we had, the dagger that Zugarf pocketed from the Compass Rose, he kind of like cleaned it up and sharpened it and everything, and just made it nice. So he's just gonna kind of like wrap that up in a cloth and pat Domingo on the shoulder and hand it to him, and just say,
I think you'll get more use out of this than I would. May you always remember the good you did and the evil that you destroyed at the Compass Rose.
Appreciate this. Right. You can call me Dom.
I hope it serves you well, Dom.
You guys. Well, congratulations, fellas. You have completed victoriously the Dragons of Stormwreck Isle.
Woo, go team.
what a time to be alive.
But we didn't even kill all the dragons.
You didn't kill all the dragons. That's true. You literally only killed one of them.
The rest are resting.
Yes. Yep.
And Ingvald survives.
Ingvald did survive.
God bless.
Oh boy, Ingvald.
It's too hungover to come with us, but
I would also like to say that, you know, and we're leaving it like ambiguous for what happens next, but I'd like to imagine that we put on some blue robes and pretended that we had been convinced to join.
yeah, perfect.
Specifically for Ingvald?
Just to see what Ingvald does.
The ritual is still on.
Oh man, Ingvald.
Are you gonna join us or are you gonna fight us, Ingvald? What are you gonna do?
Ingvald, we're gonna make you all powerful. You're our new deity.
Oh god.
Oh boy. Well, if you're watching this adventure, we also plan on having a how-to guide. Exactly what that looks like, I'm not sure, but you'll just have to subscribe and find that if you're interested. So I also would encourage you to check out the description and see as much info as you can about our cast here. I enjoyed the heck out of them. They're wonderful human beings, excellent role players and good D&D players. And yeah.
Get in the Discord.
Check the link tree.
Yeah.
Thank you so
Click
much for
all the
watching.
buttons.
Click the buttons.
And Jake, thank you for running this. This was a
Yes.
blast.
Yes, thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thanks for
It's been my pleasure.
putting all that hard work out.
So with that, we thank you so much for watching. See you next time. And yeah, subscribe.